Welcome to the Weekend Live Show. We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night.
Is where I'm from.
Let us know in the comments right now. Where you repping?
Is where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from.
Marshfield, New Bedford, Brockton, Malden, Tucsonville, Manchester, Albuquerque's in the Hampton, Hubbardston, Quincy, Hudson, Dark Garden, Manhattan, Conway, New Hampshire, the Garden City, Agawam, Poiset, Plymouth, Pittsburgh, Lake Titicaca, Los Angeles.
This year, cause we're ruthless, yeah, that's some true shit. You don't wanna mess with cheddar in this country that you catch in the ambulance.
You have a job? What do you do?
Leave your clothes, buddy, and then we're scooping up your pants. 508, where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from.
You lived, I'd come to your house, I'd sit outside, roast marshmallows right in your fucking yard.
And it fell on the house, log
Let's get this party started, shall we?
Hey! Is there still, can you guys still hear that? Hold on. I think I got the show on. Hold on. I have the show on some tab right now. So there's like an echo, of course. All right, give me 1 second. We're going to figure this one out. Do you guys hear that echo? Do you guys hear me? Hold on. We're going to figure this out. No, that's not it. Is this one it? No, that's not it. How about this one? No. Oh, wait. That might have been it. Fucking Christ. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? No echo. Okay. I can hear it in my ears. I definitely have the show going. Mother Christ. Hold on. Anyway, we're just going to take those off for now. I have the show going in some open tab. So it's like in my freaking ear right now. I hear myself. It's really annoying. Actually, what happens if I unplug this? Yes, you hear that? You hear that? Okay, hold on. Somebody just said, let's see. All right, hold on. We're going to get this. That's not it. How about this one? This it? No. Oh, no, I think I found it. It's down. Okay, I got it. I'm back. All right, cool. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the live show. We do this every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. If you're new here, please do me a favor and go ahead and smash that subscribe button. How many subscribers are we up to? We passed 25,000 today, so that's a pretty big thumbnail. Pretty big whatever you call it. What do you call it? It's like a whatever. We're also live on Rumble. I'm going to go ahead right now. I'm going to share the link to the Rumble stream on here if you want to watch on Rumble as well. Because YouTube is very censorious. You never know when things are going to get taken down on YouTube. We're constantly getting videos from like 4 years ago removed. They don't tell you why or anything. So we're going to be moving to Rumble eventually. So go ahead. I just plugged the Rumble link. I think I plugged it in the comments. Is that it right there? You can watch us on there too. We should be streaming live on there. And yeah, go ahead and do that. So anyway, if you're new here, we do this every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. Hit that notification bell too, because we do a lot of impromptu lives. Like I did one in Bill Ricca this week. I went to a school committee meeting. I had to deliver a lecture about systemic racism there and how they should not be supporting it in their schools. So you never know when I'm going to do an impromptu live. Somebody's saying start the Rumble. The Rumble should be live right now. I believe the Rumble should be live. Is it not? If it's not, I don't know what the hell happened. But check out the Rumble channel. It should be on there. Anyway, we also do a Thursday stream, but you got to join Turtle Club. If you want to, a lot of people have asked me this week, how can we support your work? The best way you can support the work is you can join Turtle Club for $15 a month. You get ad free on the website. I know how annoying those ads are, guys. I'm sorry about that. But $15 a month, you get the ad free. You also get access to the Thursday night stream that no one else gets. We did a really interesting stream this week. We had a woman named on, just a really cool chick named Lauren Malloy. Her mother was murdered 30 years ago. She believes it was murdered 30 years ago. It was ruled natural causes, but due to her activism, they recently exhumed the body. It's a crazy story. So you could join Turtle Club and get that. You also get a free t-shirt of your choice by doing that. So anyway, if you guys want to support the show tonight, though, we can't do the super chat function because we had the wrong opinions about mandates or something like 18 months ago, which is no big deal because they take like 40, Google takes 40% of all donations. So we made our own thing. If you want to donate to the program, here's what you can do. We built this thing called Turtle Chat. It's linked at the top. If you click on that link, you can donate whatever amount of money you want, and you get to write a message. I will receive an email notification when you do that, and I will read them periodically while this is going on. So we already got one here. We got one from Chasing Time. I apologize. Sends $75 and says, won my race today. Fuck Eric Neal, the stalker and pedo defender. Okay. So I'm not sure who that is, but thank you very much for the donation. Again, it's your Turtle Chats, guys. You guys can write whatever you want in them. I will read it out loud, whatever it is. So you can go ahead and do that. Maybe it's somebody's birthday. Maybe you want to call somebody out like that person just did. It is totally up to you because it is your Turtle Chat. Okay. So I'm also on Cash App at $ Uncle Turtleboy. I will same thing. I'll get a notification in my thing. Yeah, you guys got to see this. At the end of the show, I'm going to show you this, a couple things after we do the whole presentation here on Celebrity Chef. Don't get twisted. He's a celebrity. Mike Fucci. I don't know if he was a celebrity before, but he's definitely one now. But I have a couple things at the end of that presentation. I found some guy paid $175 to pull up every time somebody called the Holden police, that's my town, about me, or if I called the police about somebody else, he got them all. Wait till you see some of the things that he found. I didn't even know some of the people that have called. Like, people are bothering the Holden. Leave the Holden police alone. Leave them alone, folks. Wait till you see some of these things. They're pretty crazy. So we also have another interesting video to show you as well. But anyway, we're going to jump right into this because we got a lot to cover on this guy. So we're just going to jump right into it. Let's pull it up here. Exposing Mike Fucci. So let me tell you how this whole thing started. Be very honest with you. A woman messaged me last Sunday, I believe, or Saturday. And I don't really get around to this stuff till later on. It takes me a long time to go through all my messages. And this woman was owed $171 from this guy. Now, that is not the type of story that I write about. Somebody owes me $171, join the club. And she's like, he's the biggest jerk. And this is a person I trust, who's given me many stories over the years. And she's like, this is a person I hate this guy. Like, he's so rude. He's so horrible. He goes, honestly, Aidan, like, I wouldn't shit you. I've never lied to you before. This guy's one of the biggest assholes I've ever encountered, ever. Now, that's not enough to write a story about, like, person A doesn't like person B who owes them $171. Not exactly a story, but she sends me the cancer GoFundMe thing. And she's like, she goes, I am sure this is fake. And I'm like, but what evidence do you have? Because you guys know me, I'm an evidence guy. I'm not just going to write a story about somebody if I don't have evidence about them. And so I start looking into it, and that is where we're going to pick up right here. So keep in mind that this whole thing, Mike Fucci, and I'm sure Mike Fucci is watching this, and we're going to try to give him a call later on, and his wife. I'm sure we can get those numbers. So this whole thing could have been avoided for him if he had just been a little bit honest with me. Like, if he had just said something, or just sorry. I do sorry as well. Like, if he had come on and just said, I was lying, you caught me, I'm going to take it down. What an idiot. He could have just made something up. Like, I have a really bad drug addiction and I'm sick. I need help. He could have made some bullshit up, and I'm a softie, so I probably would have just gone along with it. But it was the way he responded to me that really I'm like, okay, this guy, she was right. Like, everything she said about this person could not possibly be more accurate. And please keep hitting that thumbs up. Thank you very much. Those help as well. And leave a comment after the show too. Okay. So let's jump into part 1 here. Let's go along here. And I'm going to give you some previews from part 5 that we got coming up as well next week. Okay. So this guy's name is Mike Fucci, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this guy before. I think he's from Watertown originally. Seems to move around a lot. He's from a big family. Now, here's one thing that is, I've had 3. He's got 36 cousins. I've heard from 3 of them. I shit you not, and they all hate him. His own family is just like like I've heard from so many people this week about this guy. I'm like, how has he not come up on my radar before? How does this guy not come up on my radar? Because he leaves a trail of destruction like I've never seen before. So there he is. And he fancies himself like a celebrity chef because, I don't know, he's been on the news a few times. He was on some reality show. I don't know how he got on there, but I'm starting to wonder how he got on there now. And I think he made a bunch of nachos. Like that was all he did. Made some nachos. And I guess he won. I think Chad Ochocinco ate them or something. I'm not exactly sure, but he talks about it a lot. And he literally tells people he's a celebrity chef. He tells people like, I fucking ate Guy Fieri. That guy thinks like he thinks he's a rival to like Guy Fieri or something. He's the ultimate con artist. Like it's all a part of one big never ending scam with this guy. So there he is. He's a winner. It gets on the news a lot. Okay. And during COVID, he got a lot of attention because he was, I'll just play this. Like, this is him talking about, listen to this, talking about all the good he does in the community.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. So I want to do a rundown of the daily specials I have for you. I know it's hard to get stuff from the supermarket right now, and it's hard to, the prices are probably outrageous. I get it.
Listen to this.
So I want to just give you guys an idea of what I'm doing so that way you understand that there's no price gouging here. I'm not making really any money on this, but I want to make sure that the community is taken care of.
I love the way he phrases this. I want to make sure the community is taken care of. So here I am. I'm thinking like this guy's like giving away meat or something. How are you taking care? Tell us, Chef Mike Fucci, how are you making sure the community is taken care of?
So I know talking to a lot of people that they go into the supermarkets and the shelves are almost empty. So yeah, here. So anyway,
what?
I got a bunch of deli meats that you guys can buy if you want.
What? So what you can buy?
You got the roast beef that I make in house.
Buy my roast beef
that I make in house. Salami,
you
cheeses.
What?
We'll figure out the cheeses, whatever you need. Ground beef by the pound. Chicken breast by the pound.
I can get all the stuff at the grocery store.
Basically, whatever you need. Give me a call, and we'll put it together for you.
What?
Let me see what else. Burgers, 4-pack of burgers.
I go to any deli and get that. I get burgers. What?
Selling a lot of stuff.
Selling a lot of stuff.
Get on with the telephone there and give us a call.
Get on with the telephone.
781-675-2950. And we'll put it together for you. We'll have it ready when you come pick it up. We'll bring it out to your car for you. You don't even have to get out of your car.
Oh, perfect.
Make it easy. So, yeah.
So
you guys are interested?
He's presenting this as like, I am saving the community. Like you can't get food at the store. Things are outrageous. Budgets are tight. Just come give me your money instead. That's just like, okay. So, but see how he presents himself? That's the whole part of the scam. Like, I'm this great person providing this essential service to the community. Aren't I such a good guy? He'll tell you, wait do you see how often this guy tells you what a good guy he is? So anyway, here he is with Dennis Eckersley on October. He posts this tonight. Myself and Dennis Eckersley. For those of you unfamiliar, he's a Hall of Famer. He's the Red Sox color guy on TV. He's played for the Athletics for a long time and the Red Sox, etc. Anyway, tonight, myself and Dennis Eckersley had a very long and healing conversation. We talked about your mutual best friend, Jimmy Corsi. So Jim Corsi is a pitcher and we're going to talk about this in part 5. Jim Corsi was a relief pitcher for the Boston Red Sox back in the day. I think he must have played with Eck. And he died of cancer, I believe, a little over a year ago. And this guy kind of swooped in and made his death all about him. It's really, really gross what he did with this guy. Now, Dennis Eckersley is an actual friend of Corsi, and they are at Corsi's daughter's wedding here. She got married before he died. And I highly doubt Dennis Eckersley even knows this guy, but he certainly is not going to have an hour-long conversation with anyone. And he posts, first of all, who would ever want to talk to this guy for an hour? We talked about your mutual best friend, Jimmy Corsi, as myself and Dennis hadn't seen each other since Jimmy passed. Yeah, you guys are like best friends. We shared memories and the good times we both had with Jimmy. Dennis is a class act and a great man. Okay, yeah, you guys are best friends. Meanwhile, he probably just asked them to take a picture. Or how about this one with Anthony Bourdain? He's got this one where he's like, basically, I can't read the small writing there, but he's basically like, yeah, me and Anthony, me and Tony, we go way back. You know, I saw him here and we were catching up on old times and I really miss my good friend. Oh, please. You went to one of his shows and you asked to take a picture afterwards. You didn't know the guy. He's acting like he talked to this guy for hours. Or how about this one? This is classic right here. I'll read this one. I don't normally share the good deeds or charitable stuff I do on a daily basis, but I feel the need to talk about this one because it kind of choked me up a little bit. A mother just called me to book a party with us for her daughter's sweet 16. I was going to be held at a hall and I have a big to-do. But while talking to this mom, she was telling me that her cancer has come back and that she can't afford the party that her daughter deserves. Okay, so first of all, stop right there. This already doesn't make any sense at all. Your daughter, so she was going to throw a sweet 16 for her daughter and had a big haul. But then her cancer came back and now she can't afford it. Does she not have health insurance? Like, I can understand, like, the party's canceled because I have cancer and I need to undergo chemotherapy and I'm not up for it. That would make sense. But you get cancer and you're just broke. That doesn't make any sense at all. What he wants to do is weaponize cancer here. He just knows people are going to hear cancer and Mike is going to save the day with that. This is how he operates. I guarantee this whole thing is made up and never happened. Well, we built a great menu for her backyard sweet 16. Instead, after we built the menu, we got to talking some more. This 16-year-old girl is amazing. She helped her mom all throughout her first treatment 4 years ago, never complained, and was always there for her mom. You can tell by talking to the mom that these are just really good people who need a break. So I'm happy to say that all along with my staff, we will be throwing this young lady's sweet 16 party for her on me. On me? So he's just doing it for free? I can't sit back and watch a little girl or any child go without. It's not who I am. We laughed and I did tear up. Just good people needing some help, and I'm happy to do it. You know how I know this never happened? Because he didn't take a picture of it and post it. There is a 0.0% chance this guy throws a free fundraiser or free meal for this girl with cancer, doesn't collect a dime with it, thousands of dollars worth of catering, and just doesn't collect a dime for it, and then doesn't take a picture and post it. There is a 0.0% chance this guy would ever do that. First of all, he would never do it for free because we know, as we've seen, he's gotten paid for a lot of events that he just doesn't show up for. So he's certainly not going to show up for something he's not being paid for. He doesn't give a shit if the girl has cancer. You think this guy's afraid to screw over a kid with cancer? Absolutely not. It's the mom with cancer too, by the way. So then here's another one. Chef Mike's event catering, saving the day again. But guys, he hardly shares. He doesn't normally share the good deeds. But here he is, saving the day again. A woman's caterer had to cancel on her wedding last minute. She reached out to me as she found us online and told me what happened. I'm happy to say I squeezed her in for her date, even though it means we are double booked for that day, says the guy who never shows up. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do to help others in a tough spot. Also, they're paying you. So congratulations on doing a paid gig, allegedly. Okay. Or how about this one? He's really sick of people trying to get the best deal. I am so sick and tired of people trying to nickel and dime me on quotes. The prices are what they are. I am most likely the lowest quote on average because I'm not an asshole. 200 person corporate event. The menu has steak for some of the apps. I tell her it's going to be $4,600 plus tax. Do the math. That's $23 per person for a corporate event. The price tag should have been $6,500, but nope. Me being the nice guy, I get the garbage reply. Wow, that's a lot of money. I'm over this shit. This all the time. If you want to bitch about prices, call the fucking White House. Also, yes, I am giving a far superior product that is handcrafted, no frozen out of a can. Okay, so you're mad that somebody wants the best price possible. Okay. He's like, how dare you? I'm the greatest. Didn't you read my first post? I'm the greatest thing fucking ever. I'm Mike freaking Fucci, celebrity chef. You got your quote. Enjoy it. Shut up and pay me. Maybe I'll show up. I don't know. We'll see. So he's always bragging about what a guy he is, but his reviews say otherwise. We started going through these. Like, this guy calls him the facade of a kind chef is far from the truth. The man's a tyrant for anyone who's worked for him. Oh boy, the fake reviews are at it again. When you can reveal who you are instead of being a coward behind a fake name and fake reviews, let me know. Another one condemns him. Condemn how she ordered. She called it like the soup Nazi, I think she compared it to. Okay. Here's another one. Let's see. Oh, how about this one? These guys, I'm a volunteer board member at a church youth center. I want to let everyone know how Chef Mike Fucci stole money that was meant to be used at a church function to feed our children. My church hired Chef Mike, a catering company located at 73 Highland Street, and moved recently. Chef Mike was supposed to prepare and serve food to 75 youth who were attending our church youth retreat center for 1 week. In December, our church treasurer paid $6,000 deposit for catering services. Chef Mike never provided any food for the event, for the youth retreat, and refused to refund any of the church's money. To date, we contacted the chef numerous times, but he never returned the money. This is a scam. Advice is never to deal with this shady company. Please help me get the church's money back from Chef Mike to feed our children. My church hired him. Okay. And then this is his reply to this. Sir, you're out of line. Now, keep in mind, now we know the truth about this because we actually spoke to somebody who is still working. The reason he canceled on these people is because he had no one to work for him. Why? Because he wasn't paying his employees. The guy was literally running a slave labor shop. I don't know how he's not in handcuffs, quite frankly, with all the people he's stolen from. Like, I would estimate he probably owes, it's got to be getting close to $1 million. Got to be getting up there at this point. How many employees have this guy had that he just doesn't pay? That seems to be his business plan. Bring you in. I think it's a lot of this stuff is under the table, which would explain why he didn't apply for the PPP loan. But it's like, imagine the gall of somebody like that to hire a bunch of people knowing that, yeah, I'm probably not going to pay you. So they just couldn't work. And so that's the reason it wasn't. So he collected their money and then never paid them back. And this is what he says in response. He goes, sir, you're out of line. You received 3 full dates from us, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You and your staff changed the dates on us numerous times. I also explained our staff doesn't work on December 25th or 26th, but yet you scheduled on the 26th. You paid a deposit, quote unquote, for the retreats that you changed the dates for, and there is an outstanding bill as well, that unpaid, which I have overlooked due to your changing the dates. I will move forward with the suit. With the suit. He threatened me with the suit too. If the slander continues. So you're admitting that he gave you a deposit, but then he's giving Chef Mike Fucci is giving them a break because he's not charging them extra for what? I mean, imagine the gall of this guy. And the guy, steer clear, don't hire him. He stole $6,000 from a religious nonprofit. And he goes, sir, you're out of line. And he says the same thing. Okay. So we got all these people, or this guy. Here's another one. I hired Chef Mike's to do catering for a holiday lunch donation to the local police. After much back and forth, we agreed on a good date and time for the police as well as Mike. I arrived with my son, who baked cookies and brought beverages, and no food arrived. After 30 minutes, I called Mike's cell. No answer. I called his store and was able to get a hold of him, where he claimed someone told him that morning the police had plenty of food and it was better to delay delivery until later. This was as I stood in an empty room with several hungry cops and no food. When I asked Mike to bring the order now, he again said it was better to do it later in the afternoon. It's like, no, we're the customer. Bring it now. But he can't because he forgot. I mean, that's what it can. Either he forgot or he's got no one else there to work for him. And he's probably just making it all himself. Goes on to say, when I asked Mike to bring the orders, now he said he was blah, blah, blah. Okay, it became clear to me the food wasn't ready, so I agreed on 3 p.m., apologized to the officers, and left. They sent out a company-wide text to come back at 3. Later in the day, I received an email from Mike stating food was delivered at 3:15. Still late. When I expressed my dissatisfaction, he tried to blame everything on me, was rude, unapologetic for leaving me hanging, avoid him for catering. So he responds by saying, "Hi, Jason. If you're going to leave a review, at the very least, start with the truth. First of all, I do tons of drop-offs for the PD and fire department in Needham. There are other restaurants that do the same, hence the list they have for holiday food drop-off for the dispatch." I don't know if he's actually ever done this. He always says he's done this. From what I've heard, Needham Police and Needham Fire cannot stand this guy. Like, no one can stand this guy. I think he's just a pathological liar. I don't think he's ever done it. But he goes on. Second, I have been catering for years and never missed a time. Dude, you miss times all the time. We have the appropriate call to the PD and was told there was more than enough food there at noon. That's just, he's just gaslighting. He's telling the customer, no, you're lying. You, myself, and your boss on the phone spoke about 3 p.m. drop-off. This guy doesn't have a boss. The three of us agreed. After I explicitly told you I spoke to the station, was given the information. I was not rude to you until you sent me a nasty email, probably because you didn't bring food, because you missed your, as you said, photo op. Finally, I would appreciate you not doing business with me any longer, as I was the one of the most unprofessional processes I have ever been through. I mean, the gaslighting. Update, he says. Since Mike's response asked for the truth, I don't have a boss. This was a personal donation. My boss did not approve of a delivery. I never mentioned or asked for a photo op. Mike's insinuation that I made this donation for a photo op is insulting. Mike, on the other hand, posed for a photo when he showed up 3 hours late with the catering. Another person writes, Mike is very rude and unreliable. He did not show up in the Needham event tonight at the VF freaking W. He did not answer the phone. We had to get pizzas. He failed to provide Thanksgiving dinner last year. Don't even think about hiring. He's not a nice person, mean and rude. Hey, Linda, I was in contact with Bill Paulson last night. There was a miscommunication between my staff about the date of the event. I thought it never happened. I thought this never happened. It was on the calendar for Monday, November 28th, not the 21st. So, AKA, you screwed up, which was obviously a major oversight. We have offered a full refund, and we are also planning on going, yeah, sure you are, to go into both schools and cooking lunch or dinner for both teams. I do think your words are extremely harsh for something that was an oversight. Yeah, stop being mean to me, customer who paid for something and didn't get it. But we understand your frustration. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. Okay. So as it turns out, this guy gets sued a lot. Now, you have to look individually at courts in this state if you want to find people's court records. And this guy seems to move a lot. So I'm like, Needham, they go to Dedham District Court there. You got to check all the BMC courts, West Roxbury, Central, South Boston, Dorchester, East Boston. You got to check Malden District Court, Chelsea. I mean, there's so many courthouses in this state. So, and I just assume this guy's been sued in so many places. So I found a bunch of lawsuits this guy's got. The most egregious one I found was out of Dedham District Court. And this was the wedding of Nicholas and Rachel Baseticus in 2018. And he got sued over it. And I published the whole complaint. In a nutshell, he agreed to cater this event in Arlington. It's a wedding, which required him to obtain a permit from the town, because some of these towns have red tape with them. I don't make the rules, but as the person running this, like, it's your job to do that. Like, that's, I'm sure people, legitimate caterers, have to deal with this kind of crap, red tape from towns and boards of health all the time. It's just your job. Well, Mike doesn't feel like dealing with it. That's the thing. So he asked them, so they gave him half the money. And they're like, do you need help with the permits? Because they wanted to make sure we get these permits. to serve the food. And instead of saying yes or no, he's like, I need more money, which was not the plan. He had 8 months to get the permit from the town, but by December, he still hadn't gotten around to it. A few days before the event, I think it was the December 22nd, he finally applied and he was denied because some more red tape. Basically, his kitchen was located in Boston and the place was going to be served in Arlington. But the Arlington whatever advisory board, regulatory agency that oversees this was like, we'll work with you. It's a wedding. We don't want to ruin the freaking wedding. We'll help you out with that. Where there's a will, there's a way. We can make this happen. But it just requires a little bit of effort on his part. He did nothing. Instead of helping them out, he told the Basidikas family that it was an Arlington issue. He tells them this was an Arlington issue. So basically, his plan here is just to blame it on the town of Arlington instead of just blaming himself. He had 8 months to do this. He didn't do it. I mean, talk about unprofessional. And he goes on to say, these days, 3 days before the event, they told Chef Mike they needed to get someone else if he couldn't get the permit. He told them it was all set. So he reassures them, don't worry about it. He continued to blame the town of Arlington, accusing them of having their heads in their ass, he said. I mean, that's the way he talks in this real folksy language, this dialect to make you think like, oh, yeah, we can, you feel those bastards down at the Board of Health, they are with the red tape. You got to get the heads out of their asses. Am I right? Am I right? No, well, that's fine. Okay, I agree with you. Yeah, this is all bullshit, all the red tape. But we need to play by the rules or else we can't have a friggin' wedding. So what are you doing about that? And the answer is nothing. He was doing nothing about this. So he continued to blame the town of Arlington. He made no effort to get the permit. When they asked for a refund, he told them that they could get the refund from the town of Arlington, which obviously was not going to happen since they have not paid money to the town of Arlington. But so basically they were without food for their own wedding. They had to find somebody in the last day. They paid him, I think, $7,600. He refused to give back their deposit. Refused to. And eventually they won a judgment of $15,000 and something dollars. And this is in 2020 that was finally adjudicated. 2020. And he lost because he's got no legal standing there. And this is just one of many lawsuits. He's got Barclays Bank came after him for $1,764. Judge another $1,000 for a collections agency. Again, this is a small sampling of stuff. He declared bankruptcy in 2011. Prior to that, he was getting chased by creditors left and right. This is what he's done his whole life. Another woman we spoke with hired him to work one of his events, but never got paid. So this is the woman that didn't get paid her money. And he's basically telling her yeah, you'll get it when I get it. And then he just ignores you, sends you, comes up with excuses, and she confronts him. And this is how it goes.
Fuck off my property right now. Do you want an escort?
You're a fucking joke. Hey. You're a fucking joke. Don't fucking threaten me. And don't threaten my family.
Go fuck yourself and your fucking Facebook posts and your stupid shit, you foodie douchebag. Fuck off my property right now.
How's that bankruptcy working for you?
What bankruptcy?
What bankruptcy?
This is why you are talking stupid shit.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun of your 8,000 jobs you're going to have the rest of your life, you moron.
Yeah, how's your fucking restaurant?
It's fucking awesome, thank you. You see a fucking truckload of food?
Really? Okay.
It's fucking awesome.
Donated food. Donated food.
And by the way, this is November. This happened. A month later, he was shut down. So things were going great. Get the fuck off my property. It's not your property. It was never your property. You were renting it, and you're leaving there now because you stopped paying rent. He owes them a shitload of rent too. So that's the other thing. He just didn't pay rent here. God knows how much he owes to the landlord for that. Here's another post. So this is on January 1st. He makes an announcement. I think it's time I let you all in on the news. I will be leaving my location in Needham in the next week. I have had enough of the rotten landlords who want money, a crap falling apart building that they do not take care of, construction and COVID everything that helped destroy my business. Chef Mike's lasted in that location for 4 years. I opened in August of 2019, just a few months before the pandemic. I should have left in the summer of 2020, but decided to stick it out. I took care of so many people of Needham. What does it mean, took care? You sold things, and you bartered. I took care. People gave you money for shit. And surrounding cities and towns with thousands of meals for low-income families. Like low-income, what are you, the school lunch line? Low-income families? Do you take EBT? What are you talking about? Low-income families. So poor people bought things off of you? Congratulations. The elderly bought shit off of you? Congratulations. At my expense. And I do not regret it one bit. None of this happened. You were not giving out. You were not running a soup kitchen. You were running a business. Stop it. On my way out, I'd like to say that there are some great people in Needham, and I'm grateful I got to meet you all and now call you friends. Also on my way out, I'd like to say that some of you in Needham are some serious malignant assholes that think you know better than everyone else. There are literally more narcissistic and sociopathic people that live in Needham, and I'm happy you're all together, and I'm happy to be getting the fuck away from you idiots. So that's nice. That's nice to the people of Needham. Go fuck yourselves, you narcissistic pieces of crap. You're not worthy of Chef Mike Fucci having a business in your town. You're not buying my roast beef no more. Can't have it. Get the fuck off my property, you assholes, cocksuckers. Again. I'm going to read all. I'm going to take a donut break in a minute. Again, for the most part of the people of Needham are great, but there are little cliques that are the issue and that have nothing better to do but stir up shit because the husbands, I guess we're talking about women here, allow them to sit on their fat asses at home and do nothing. Good riddance. I will be moving to a new location, and I can't wait to start over in a new community that I hope will appreciate the good deeds I do to help. He's a goddamn hero, folks. He's a goddamn hero. Like, he expects the town of the people of Needham to be like, oh no, Chef Mike, please don't leave us. Oh no, don't move to Worcester or Framingham or something. How will I get my pastrami? What will I do? Where will I get my beef patties from? Oh no, don't leave me. That's what this is. This is a big like, oh no, I'm such a great guy. I run this unique business where nobody else does what I do. You can't get ham sandwiches anywhere else. Anyway, I'd like to use this portion of my message to say that it has been a pleasure to have met some great friends and blah, 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 blah. Again, to those, some of the best people in Newton, blah, blah, blah. To those clicks, you can hopefully choke on a bag of dicks. Yeah, real professional. So that was on January 1st. Now, this is what, 5 days after he just didn't show up for the church nonprofit? He writes that. Okay. On January 10th, he writes, next week, I am gratefully going on a long-needed mental health vacation south. Well, that's convenient. Isn't that convenient? He's going south. Now, here's the real story behind this. He's got a friend down there. And that friend happens to be a nurse practitioner, a healthcare worker. Nice guy, I'm sure, and feels bad for Mike. Like, realizes this guy's not doing well, his business isn't doing well, and he's like, why don't you come down here? We'll take a little mental health break. We'll get you started. We'll see what else we could. Like, that was the whole purpose of this trip. He was going to Florida, but the purpose of the trip was to be like, let's just take a little break. Life, and I know, because I've been that, like, when I left teaching, I went to Chicago to see my uncle. And I'm very happy I did, because it gave me a lot of perspective. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need to teach anymore. I want to do Turtleboy now. This is what I want to do. And so, like, I get that. Like, going somewhere, taking a break, clearing your head, talking to a friend, mentoring you, and figuring out your new path in life. That was the real purpose of his trip to Florida. Like, that's what he was really doing there. But that's not what he pretends he's doing. I have a couple of jobs to do this week. I would have left already. The last bunch of months have been a serious roller coaster ride, and I've been pushed beyond my limits business-wise and personally. Someone just taught me a serious lesson, and that's to look out for number one and only one, And that is my plan going forward. Dude, that's been your plan your entire life. Stop it. My vacation can't come quick enough. Okay, let me read a couple donos here. I've been told we got a couple donos got to read off here. First one up we got here. Chris sends $10 and says, "Hi, Richard." What's it say? Richard Bono. It's your best pal, Chris P. Bacon. I love you. Thank you. See, there's a good dono right there. Give a shout out to your friends. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. And Joel sends 25 and says, "You're killing it tonight with the audience. Way to go." Yeah, big crowd in here. We're getting close. I saw us over 600. That's a nice night. Cool. Good stuff. Thank you, Joel. Chris sends another. Oh, no, that was the same one I already read. No, same one. He sent it twice. Chris, you sent that one twice. Thank you, Chris. Suzanne sends 50. She says, "We hit 200 likes before it was 9:30. Wow, that's impressive. Thank you. Keep hitting that like button. Turtle Cadet, my dude, coming through. $250, he said. Thank you, sir. And he says, "I lied. Surprise, cockfags. Love all you riders." Excellent. Thank you very much, Turtle Cadet. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. If anyone else would like to donate, you can click at the link at the top. Donate whatever amount of money you want. You get to write a message. I'll read the message out loud. We also got a couple cash apps here I want to read. We got one from Joseph. Sends $10 for Chef Mike's Italian beef. So thank you very much, Joseph. So I can be reached at Cash App at $ Uncle Turtleboy if anybody wants that as well. So let me get back to this. Thank you. Okay, so in early February, he announced that he has stage 3 cancer. All right, so some sad news. I got some test results back 2 days ago. I have been losing a lot of weight the last few months and found out after a blood test that my white blood cell count was low. I went back to my doctor for more tests. I found I have a 4 millimeter mass in my stomach. Tests run, and I have stage 2 stomach cancer. It's called GIST. It is a sarcoma. I am doing fine. I have had no pain. I'm scheduled for another appointment soon. Have a couple days to think on it before letting everyone know. So he announces on February 8th that he has cancer. February 9th. So many of you saying things like prayers. Don't pray for me. I don't deserve it. No, he doesn't. God knows what he's doing. I'm getting what I deserve. So this is like a pity thing. Like, oh, Mike, don't say that. You're a good person, Mike. You're the guy that helps everyone, Mike. You're Chef Mike Fucci, celebrity chef. You feed the elderly and the homeless. You're a great guy, Mike. No, don't say those things. Yeah. I haven't always been a good person. There was a long stretch in my 20s and 30s. I have done some pretty horrible things. Dude, you did some horrible things in 2019 and 2020 and 2021. Every year of your life has been a horrible year. Let me just say that. Okay, not your 20s and 30s. I have use from my mid-30s until now to be a good person. God, imagine he was actually worse before. That might be true. And try to make up for my misgivings, but God never forgets, and nor do I. I will fight as much as I can, but if God decides it's all for naught, then so be it. Everyone pays at some point for the choices they make. Don't forget. Okay. And then he starts on February 10th. If you can tell, I am going through the 5 stages of grief right now. Denial, bargaining, anger, depression, acceptance. The craziest part about this, now that I realize he never had cancer, is that like he Googled all this. He like searched the 5 stages of acceptance or whatever. Like he did his research. Imagine he put as much effort into faking cancer that he did. Like he put that much effort into actually catering and doing his job. He might have actually got the deliveries in on time. When I found out I had stomach cancer, I went straight to denial. So that's interesting. I went straight to denial. Remember that. The first thing he does when he finds out he's cancer, he's like, no fucking way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Remember that. He's like, I go through a denial stage at first. That lasted roughly a day or two. The bargaining, I skipped completely. As of last night, I have nothing but anger. I'm pissed off. I'm not sleeping at all because I'm so angry about all of this. I want to kick cancer's ass. Also, I'm angry with some people. They know who they are. that I thought were ride or die, but who haven't even reached out yet. But oh well, no big loss. Like, didn't you hear the announcement on Facebook? I thought you were my ride or die. You haven't even called and made me feel better about myself. Why aren't you feeling sorry for me? I will skip depression because I'm not a mental midget and I've never been depressed. Like, okay, dude, what an asshole. How many people deal with depression and how normal it is to deal with depression? He's like, only mental midgets deal with depression. Fuck off. I mean, God, I told myself I wasn't going to swear. I'm not going to stoop to his level. Anyway, so next is acceptance. That probably won't happen for a while. I figure I will be, probably a good thing. I figure I will be angry about this for a while until I start treatment. This is just my reality right now. But I won't lay on my couch all day or in bed. I won't quit. A week later, he starts posting gloomy things and announces he's going to be seeking alternative treatment. I wish I could say I had better news today, but it's not good at all. Yes, I will be looking for a second opinion, but I highly do not think it will matter. Why don't you think it'll matter? So you'll be seeking a second, what does that mean, a second opinion? A second opinion on cancer? Okay. So he's going to be doing it a different way. I'm completely wiped out today. Been crying since I woke up. He always says that. I'm looking into alternative treatment in Florida. But as usual, insurance doesn't cover. So I'm on my own. I'm super expensive. But from what I've been hearing, it's been very successful. Next week, I'm very grateful, going on a long needed mental vacation. Oh, no, we already put that one. So then he goes, this is 5 days ago. Today has been another day of a roller coaster emotions. Everyone has their opinions, which I appreciate more than you know. But I feel like I'm letting my friends down. I'm supposed to help out a couple friends. So he's such a great guy. I wish there was an easy way out, but there isn't. And Dana Farber agrees. So he's saying that Dana Farber told him to go get cancer treatment. Now, this really pissed me off when I saw this, because as you guys know, I've been pretty open about this. In April of 2021, my mother was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And at the time, she had just turned 69 years old. And I didn't know much about pancreatic cancer, even though cancer is like, I'm going to die of cancer someday. Like, everybody in my family dies of cancer. It's a genetic thing. But I just try not to think about it. And I know that I'm like, everybody, it seems like a lot of people survive cancer because we are blessed to live in a time period and in a part of the country that is known for this stuff, specializes in this. Like, we're really good. But then I searched pancreatic cancer, and you just look at it and you're like, fuck. 18% survival rate for 12 months. So I'm like doing the math. She was going to be 70 in March. And I'm like, you do the math. I'm a statistics guy. I'm an odds guy. I gamble a lot. And that 82% chance dead within a year. That's like, if you had to bet and you had 82% chance of winning, you would bet on that. Because there's an 82%, you're going to win that 82 times out of 100. Your mother's not going to be here in a year. And you're like, talk about depression. You're just like, you know, I remember my sister brought me to Dunkin' Donuts, and I sat in the car with her, and she's like, I can't tell you this, you know, over the phone. And so she told me in the car, and we were just both crying. And it was just, cause you're like, it was just it hits you, and you're just like doing the math. You're like, my kids are 5 and 3 at the time, I think. And I'm like, they're not going to remember her. Like, I'm just remember thinking about all the shit. Like, I'm like, obviously she's going to fight this, but look at the numbers don't lie. And the numbers were horrific. And you're just like, holy fuck, because I didn't know anything about pancreatic cancer. It's one of those cancers where there's no lumps. So usually, like, she had like jaundice. So like, went to the doctor and got scared. Like, once you find out, it's usually too late. It's metastasized. You're in like a bad stage, whatever. And it was like, luckily it came back and it was fightable. Like, it hadn't spread that much. Like, they said if it was like a week or two later, it would have been a totally different story. And let me tell you, she got chemotherapy, 6 batches of it, or 6 rounds. And man, that shit knocks you out. That's so powerful because it destroys so many cells in your body. But it's the only way to kill the virus or the whatever it's called, cancer. And then comes the surgery. And that was the really hard part because the recovery from the surgery, like she could not leave her bed. And she had to have a nurse come to the house all the time. My dad was helping her full time. My sister was a nurse in New York City at Mount Sinai Hospital, and she quit her job to come up here. She now works in the hospitals in Boston, and because she wanted to be close to my mother. And so she was kind of like the quarterback for all this. And so we came together, and then it sucked. She was depressed all the time. She couldn't like do things with her grandkids that the other grandmothers could. And it was horrible, man. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but she survived. And then they clean you out one more time, another round of chemo. It's not as strong because I guess the cells can like hide in bones and shit, and they just do it. And so I've been through this process before. Okay. I know what it's like. It's a very serious thing. And this guy is treating it like it's some high school basketball game or something. Like, we're going to go out there. We're going to kick their ass. You know, I'm done being on the couch. It's like, this is not how people with cancer act. It's just not. Like, immediately, this is like red flag city. And certainly, I didn't know much about stomach cancer, but I did some research on that too. And stomach cancer is a lot like pancreatic. Often there's no lumps. And it does not have a high survival rate, stomach cancer. Maybe that's why he picked it. I don't know. But if you, like, I just picture if my mother, when she found out she had pancreatic cancer, and like 82% survival rate with like the best treatment possible. So picture her if she came to us and was like, you know what, fuck it. I was reading on the internet about these doctors in Florida who do this, what's it called? It's like a holistic thing. Maybe we should go down there. And side note, a little tangent on this. First of all, I lost a lot of faith in you people, not you people. But I posted vaguely about this on Tuesday, I think on Facebook. I said, does anyone know if you would like, is holistic treatment recommended for cancer? Like, and I'm like, I was expecting people to message me and be like, no, that's crazy. Dude, like 10 people messaged me and they're just like, oh, you should see this person. I'm like, well, do you motherfuckers want me to die? Like, if I was actually got cancer, if I actually had cancer and I posted like I need help and you sent me to a freaking quack doctor, I'm like, dude, do you hate me? What is wrong with you people? Dude, it's cancer, man. Oh, chemotherapy is not natural. It's not supposed to be natural. You're going to die of cancer. Like, you need to kill your freaking cells. You have to kill those cancer cells. It's the most effective way to do it. The smartest people at like Dana-Farber, they do this for a living. They save people's lives every day. And you're like, just roll the dice, man. Just go check it out. Like, that is not remotely believable that you would go, like, you'd be like, fuck it. Stomach cancer, let's try something new. And insurance doesn't cover it, but it does cover this. Oh, okay. Okay. So Dana-Farber would never recommend you go and see a quack doctor. Today is the day I start feeling sorry for myself. Take control of my life. Okay. I'm removing toxic people. He always would do this too. Like, I feel like somebody with cancer would not be so antagonistic towards people. It would give you like perspective, like life is short. Let's all, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need enemies. He's just always trying to pick fights in his posts. Like, you know, all these people can suck my dick. You know, oh, you didn't call me. Okay. Take it easy, chef. Easy. Just finishing up my doctor's appointment. Seems like he agrees with me and what I want to do moving forward in the short term. I trust my doctor. Okay. Right. Remember when I said this? Remember this pick? That's the guy who opened his restaurant 4 months ago and still won every award there was to win. Right. Sure. You win tons of awards. When this cancer shit is over, if you own a restaurant, you better pray to God I don't open my new spot near your city or town. I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands the next few months, and I'm going to use that time to take my talents to your level. I'll be back strong and I will guarantee nothing but success. And then came the GoFundMe. $20,000 GoFundMe he wanted. Now, I looked up this Chlathan therapy he said he wanted to get, which, by the way, he spelt wrong every time he said it. He called it Cleachian. Like, dude, there's this CH, dude. Like, this thing's going to save your life. You can't even spell it. What's wrong with you? 20 grand. Okay. Donate to Mike. Now, he did not start this GoFundMe. Another woman did. And that was by design because he did not want to be accused of starting. It looks a lot better if you're like, I have so many people that care about me. You know, me, I'm humble Mike Chef. You know, I don't do handouts, you know? I'm the world's greatest chef. I'm a very successful guy. I feel embarrassed to ask for money, you know? But I got some really good friends, and they were like, Mike, we love you. We love you to pieces. And we started a GoFundMe for you. And so I'm a little bit embarrassed. It's not really my thing. But if you feel like donating, you can donate over here. It just adds to the, like, everybody loves me. But as it turns out, we spoke to this woman. I messaged her, and he kind of like guilted her into it, kind of like, you know. And so it says on here, now it's stage 3. It has been upgraded to stage 3 all of a sudden. After multiple appointments and second opinions, he's looking into alternative therapies before starting chemotherapy. These alternative therapies are known as Chlathan. At least she spelled it right. They're not covered by insurance. Okay. So, Mr. I don't want to share the GoFundMe. He's like, I'm overwhelmed by all my friends and family's generosity. People would say, Mike, you're a great guy. And you're always helping others. Who quotes other people that say that? Hey, Turtleboy, people are, you know, imagine I said that, I got up and like, hey, everybody's always telling me how freaking great I am. So, you know, feel free to give me some money because I'm so freaking great. Everybody says so. Even ask me. Okay. I never thought I would ever be in this position financially. And all you step up to help me. Thank you all so much. Cancer sucks. Fuck cancer. So he keeps sharing it. He's so humbled. Nighttime is the worst. I mean, think of the insanity of this, that he never had cancer and he woke up every day and he's like, I have to make up a new lie. Nighttime is the worst. All you can do is sit and think. Not even my favorite shows are helping me to distract me from this mess. Feels like everything is falling apart and I am powerless to stop it. He can't sleep. I will win, though. I'm big and tough and kick cancer's ass. Okay. He's past the anger stage. The fundraiser is almost at 13 grand, which is great, and I'm grateful for everyone who shared. Just a little more to go. Once this is over and I'm back to normal, I'm going to have an enormous party. Get your dancing shoes ready. So he makes this video. We got to watch some of this video. Nice.
Weeks here. Okay. Going on. Talk about. No, I'm here. At some point in your life, right? You gotta stand up. Hey, Steffi, how are you, baby? I love you too.
Love you, Steffi. Love you.
Step up, right?
Yeah, you gotta step up.
You gotta take control of certain situations. You can't sit down on your ass and fucking cry all the time like I've been for the last 2 weeks.
Not Mike. You're a tough guy.
Over.
Over.
Enough's enough.
Enough.
Sitting there on my porch.
I'm gonna kick
enjoying my night.
Yeah.
I'm not letting anything get to me. And to be frank and honest with you, you know, I've had some people in my life that recently were just fucking ungrateful. And
yeah.
I'm going to tell you something.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the revenge.
To these people about me being sick.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest here.
It's
time to vomit. Man. It's time to purge,
no. Tell us.
Right? It's time to purge. So you know the type of people I've had in my life in the past. Okay? Let me tell you something. This person I thought I loved to death. Thought I loved this person to death, right? Was a great person. Turned out to be a scumbag. The second I tell her I was sick, I heard what the words were. Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
So I spoke to the person. The person, as we found out, that told him who cares was his most recent ex-girlfriend. By the way, he's married. Not that I give a shit about that, but like to each their own. But what he does, like if you're gonna have a guma, then have a guma. Like just that, like the whole purpose of us, like you don't. Like this guy was pulling, remember that sheriff, that chief, what was his name a couple years ago, Jason Collier, who had like 4 fiancés. Like you can't have multiple fiancés, dude. You can have, you got the wife and you got the side ones. You can't have multiple fiancés. That's what he was doing. He was telling all these women, like, I'm going to marry you, and they had no idea he was married. None. And so the person he's talking about there, she found out the truth about him. And so when he comes to her and he's like, I'm convinced that a lot of this was to get back at the girlfriend, to make her feel sympathy for him and to get her back. And it didn't work because she goes, who cares? Because I don't believe you. I talked to her on the phone. She's like, I don't believe he has cancer. I don't believe him. So that's what he's talking about there. He's talking about a woman that he was having sex with, an affair, who found out that he was lying about everything and didn't like it. So he's mad about that.
Right? So that's what's had me on the mat for a few weeks. All right? I've been on the mat for a few weeks. I've been down for a couple weeks here. Okay? Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, Paul Pasquarosa, how are you? All right? So listen.
Paul Pasquarosa.
Some of the greatest people in the world are the friends that you keep a lifetime. All right?
All right.
Some of the people you let in your life are just horrible people. And I'll tell you what, I've been blessed with so many great people like the Zatolas, right?
Who hate you by now? They hate you, by the way. They hate you, by the way, Mike. They despise you.
You got to cut the toxic out of your life.
Yeah, you got to cut him out.
I firmly believe.
Listen to this.
That some of these people gave me cancer.
They gave them cancer?
I got cancer, guys, just in case none of you don't know it.
None of you don't know.
Stage 3 sarcoma. It's in my stomach. The tumor is at the top. I'm letting everybody know.
He says
everybody
they gave him
understands.
cancer.
It's at the top of my stomach, by intestine into loops with the stomach. It's in a really bad spot. They don't even want to touch it, to be frank and honest with you. I met with my primary. I also met with the people over at Dana, over at the cancer center in Newton.
The Fabergé egg. They don't want to touch it.
Talked. I'm trying to do a new approach. Not a new approach. It's an approach people have taken for a long time, but for me, it's new.
And by the way, somebody pointed that out. Like, it's not even like I searched for this stuff as best I can. Nobody uses this to get rid of cancer. He didn't even do a good job researching this. It like removes toxins from your body or something like that.
I'm trying to get to Florida. Listen, I lost the business. You guys know that. I've closed the doors, all that stuff. And I got right now I'm in a little tough spot. So I need to get to Florida, and I need to get this stuff taken care of. I'm going to try this clemation.
Yeah, you got
whatever it's called.
Yeah, whatever. It's just going to save my life.
It's supposed to be really good.
I'll figure that out later.
It's supposed to be really good for you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
So there is a GoFundMe link on my page. You can see it. It's there. Everybody's done it. There was a Tola family who are dear friends started this page for me, even though I really didn't want it. But I love you too, Quinn. I love you. I love you. Crazy love you, Quinn. They started the GoFundMe page for me. I'm a little awkward about it. I don't like the GoFundMe stuff. It looks like I'm begging, but you know what?
You are begging.
Reality is stage 3 is not stage 1.
Oh yeah, we're up to stage 3.
I don't want to die. Let's be realistic. I don't feel like dying today.
Yeah, no.
Or tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a little insight as to what's going to happen here. So you guys understand this a little bit better. I don't know if you've noticed it all. No one's really seen me too much, but I'm down about 65 pounds in the last. This is stage 3. Where the intestine comes into the stomach. It's in a really, really, really bad spot.
Really wicked bad
to begin with.
Yeah, wicked bad.
It's a sarcoma. What happens is at stage 3, they cut this sucker out. They're gonna have to take 40% of my stomach away from me. Okay, and even that ain't gonna matter because sarcoma is so aggressive. Even if they get all the margins, there's only a 30% success rate of the surgery.
Where is he coming up with these numbers?
That in the coming months or year or so, they could take the rest of my stomach out because it'll come back more aggressive. Now, let's talk about how that works out. If it comes back more aggressive, what am I?
Okay, I'm
going to lose people. I guarantee you I'm going to lose people when I say this. If the day comes that it gets to the first surgery and then it becomes not successful and they have to take the rest of my stomach, get ready to go to a funeral because I'm putting a bullet in my own head.
What is this emotional blackmail?
That's exactly what will happen. All right. So,
you better, guys, you know what that means? It means donate to my GoFundMe. I'm going to blow my fucking head off. Like, feel bad for me. You don't want me to die, do you? Yeah. So you better donate to my GoFundMe. I'm going to blow my fucking head off.
And everything I can right now to do as much treatment as I can. And right now, this type of treatment seems to be successful for people. It's worked. And I'm going to try everything I can before I do this invasive stuff, because invasive is just not where you want to be in life, right?
What?
It's not really good.
Yeah, neither is cancer. What?
The Zatola family is one of the greatest families in the world.
Yeah, they hate
the
you.
Pedo families, Roe, Monica.
Yeah, they hate you.
Hate it, and she put it up, and I know Sab put it up too.
Oh yeah,
and 1,000% honest. I'll be 1,000% honest with you all. I'm going to try this first.
Okay.
And I can't do it without your help. But
okay, so this is just a give me money thing. Okay. Yeah, just give me
days
money.
of sitting around crying are over.
Here's the tough guy. Here's the tough guy routine.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks
2
since I
weeks.
found out I've been on my ass.
Yeah.
I've been sitting in this house, crying my eyes out, bawling like a little baby, feeling sorry for myself, throwing a fucking pity party.
No more.
Worrying about
No
what
more.
somebody else
Take charge.
or what someone else's thought of me, because I told that person I was sick and they told me, who cares?
He's so obsessed with this person.
Fucking bitch.
Fucking
right?
bitch.
I'm worried about
She's all
her
mad I lied to her the whole time.
and her family, and they don't even have the courtesy to call me and say, hey,
He's such a victim.
how you doing?
He's
Everything
been lying
going?
to this woman
Eat
for
a bag.
months.
I'm done with you. Anyway, the pity party's over. The games are
Pity
over.
party's
Days
over.
of
I'm a
sitting
tough
in this
guy.
house crying are over.
No more crying.
Now it's time to get to work and start winning.
Let's
That's
go.
what it's all
We
about.
need to win.
You take it right up the middle.
Yeah, we
I
got
don't
to take
care
it
who
up
you
the
are.
middle. Yeah.
You go right up the goddamn middle and you take that fight up the middle every time, because that's where the fucking action is.
Yeah.
And that's where I live always. And have
Always.
lived.
Yeah, tough guy.
So that's what we're doing. We're making this happen. And unfortunately, right now, with everything that's happened with my with the restaurant and all that stuff and shutting it down, and things aren't right now financially. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to work that out.
Yeah, give me money.
But yeah, man, if you guys can help out, it's great. I appreciate it. And for all those who have so far, man, thank you so much. It's gonna be the best party you've ever seen.
Yeah, when I come back,
It'll
I'm
be
going to do the best
food
party.
you've ever had
The
in
best
your
party.
life.
Yeah, sure.
Because by that time, I'll be back.
All the
I'll
Chef
be
Boy
back, not only
ID
health wise,
you can eat.
but I'll be back financially.
Oh yeah, somehow.
I don't stay down long.
Yeah, I don't. Yo, I'm a tough
Let me tell
guy.
you something.
Let me tough guy.
If God ever made
There we go.
typical stereotypical stubborn guinea,
Yeah,
he made me.
he's not even
And
Italian.
I
by
don't
the
sit
way.
down for nothing. 2 weeks I've been on
I don't
my
sit
ass.
down for
and
nothing.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done.
No more crying.
I'm a
No more
tough
calling
guy.
my friends, bawling my eyes out. No more worried about other people who
I feel
don't
like such
deserve
a
it.
pussy. I'm
Nothing.
crying on the couch.
Let them all drop
Nah,
dead. I
this
don't
ain't
care.
me. I'm tough. I'm
It's
Mike
over.
fucking Fucci. You know?
That said,
Cancer
I
wants to
appreciate
start a
you
fight
all.
with me?
I thank you all.
Huh?
Because, man, I'll tell you what. I
You want to
can't do
fuck
much
with
without
me?
You guys.
I'm gonna get some chelation
Things are,
therapy in this motherfucker.
Things are what they are, and I'm moving forward.
I'm the baddest dude
That's
in
how it's
Needham.
supposed to be. So,
Cancer.
if you guys this thing out, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, right? But I stand up nice, right?
Oh yeah, look at okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'm not fat anymore.
On a new medication, right? Like, I don't know what's going on, but
Anyway, so you guys get the
clothes aren't
point there.
fitting, things aren't
Same
right.
shit. He's a big hero. Just want to read a couple donos here. We got first dono up. We have here from Yvonne, sends $171. She was the one that was screwed over. So that's for $171. She goes, here's the $171 from me to you. Thank you very much. Doing God's work. Love you, Aidan. Karma is a bitch. Well, thank you very much, Yvonne. It's very kind of you. I appreciate that. And sorry this guy screwed you over like that, but hopefully this blog made you feel better. $10 from JB says, shout out to the Malden crew that the rhino in a robe has been lying to since the 80s. Rhino in a robe, would that be him? Not sure. Cool. Thank you, JB. Also, Kelly sends $10 and says, promise me you will do a rap in Chef Boyd voice. I don't have a freestyle schedule for this week, but I will do one for you. I promise. I'll definitely do, maybe I'll do one Tuesday or next Saturday or something. I'll do a Chef Mike rap. We haven't done one on him yet. So thank you very much. If anyone else wants to donate, the link is at the top. You can donate whatever amount of money you want. You can also do and write a message. I'll read it out loud. You can also cash at me $sign Turtleboy. Suzanne sends $10 and says, for the Bruins goalie scored. Did they really? Did the Bruins goalie just score? I don't even know that. Okay, good for them. All right. All right, so let's talk about this some more because we got a lot to get to with this guy. Okay, so healthcare workers started showing up on his page, and they're like, "Dude, that sounds like a horrible idea. You need to get treatment." And all he goes is, "I had my meeting with Dana. It's not good." Okay, I'm going to try everything I can first. Well, it doesn't sound like you are. It doesn't sound like you are. He goes, yesterday he made a post lashing out at anyone who thought the story didn't add up, which indicates to me that people are starting to doubt him. So this is what he writes to the haters. "I'm not doing the surgery right off the bat because the success rate," okay, all this bullshit. "The surgery only has a 25% success rate." These numbers change all the time, which means it could go very wrong. It doesn't have a 25% success rate. I searched it. It's got higher than that. But also, with the sarcoma being so aggressive, the chances of it coming back are 70%. Do you like those odds? Because I certainly do not. So what's chelation therapy going to do? "Doing alternative treatment has been recommended by my primary care." There's no fucking way your primary care told you a Dana-Farber down the street to go and just check it out in Florida. Go get some chelation therapy. "The cost of this treatment here in Florida is much cheaper because insurance doesn't cover it. Also, and by the way, you cannot just go down there and be like, yeah, I want cancer treatment down there. You have to be recommended by your doctor, like in writing to do it. Like you can't, it's not how this works. Anyway, so he says he's staying at the home of a doctor. That part is true. So I commented on his page about it, and I'm like, what's up with these court judgments? He deletes it. So we talk. And he blocks me. And after that, I messaged the woman who runs who's running the GoFundMe, and she's very concerned about this immediately and wants answers. And I tell her, well, the dude just blocked me because she knows who I am. That's the beauty of being Clarence Woods Emerson, is like sometimes people know who you are. And so this woman knew who I was. And she's like, this isn't good. This guy's messaging me, asking questions. And so she's like, let's cut to the chase. Is something wrong here? And I'm like, here's my concerns about this. The judgments, the fact that why would you do this? Is there any evidence he's got this? Who's the doctor he's seeing? I have some questions. And so she starts telling him, she's like, why'd you block him? And so then he unblocks me. And he's like, he's going to try to talk his way out of it. Can I help you? I go, I want to donate to your GoFundMe since my mother is also fighting cancer, but I had a couple questions first. I found it unusual that someone would message me seconds after friending me. I thought you were a scammer. Okay. She tells me I'm being sued, my friend. I'm like, you were sued and you lost. I was, and it was paid over a year ago. Yeah, sure it was. The venue was changed last minute and we couldn't accommodate. What? That's not what happened at all. But what does this have to do with you making a donation? Just give me your money. My lawyers and I paid that a long time ago. Why would your lawyers pay that? So I just want to make sure my money is going. I'm like, because I'm pretending here that I'm giving a donation to him. And I want to make sure that as a donor, this is actually going to your health and that you're not just spending it. Like, I feel like you should be that way with anyone. Damages were settled at $8,000 because the judge found that my contract was solid and they were entitled to the other half, not to deposit. And that's not what the judge said, but the judge completely ruled in their favor. My lawyers spoke with their lawyers, and it's like, let's not forget about the court case. Let's just talk about the cancer here. I go, fine, I'll take your word for it. You were right about that, whatever. Let's talk about the cancer. I go, can you answer my question? I want to donate, but I'm nervous because I've been scammed before. I was kind of pissed I had to pay anything. I don't care, dude. Stop talking about that. Who's the doctor treating you in Florida? And who is the primary care who told you to seek therapy rather than the world's best cancer doctors in Boston? And his answer, I'm not a scammer. I'm a well-respected person. That's probably the worst thing you could say right there. Just like, what evidence do you have that you're not a scammer? Well, I'm not a scammer. I'm well-respected. Well, a lot of scammers are. That's how they become scammers. Okay. So then you should have no problem answering these very simple questions. My primaries here in Mass, you can get the same chelation therapy, he can't spell it, in Florida, but cheaper because it's out of pocket. My case is not as straightforward as some people's. Also, I can be overseen, as I will be staying with a friend in Florida whom is a doctor. I'll be staying at his home as I do treatment so he can help me as I go through it. All parties have spoken. They like the ideas. It's a good thing. Okay, but you're not answering the question. Who's the doctor? I saw that there's a GoFundMe, but who's the doctor? Can you tell me that? Well, it is cleation therapy and wellness in Florida. Also, I'm not comfortable giving out my primary's name without his permission, especially to a journalist. No offense. Okay, so I don't really care about your primary. I'm more concerned about the doctor in Florida. Can you tell me about them? What's their name? Because I will research that and I will find out more about if this is legitimate. I just explained I can stay with a friend whom is a doctor who can help me through it. I don't care where you're staying. I care who's treating you. I'm like, so he's making it seem like the friend is the doctor. So your friend who is a doctor is letting you stay at their place and providing you with chelation therapy. Who's the doctor? Again, you're a journalist. I'm not divulging any names without permission from them. Why would you need their permission? Like, I need my cancer doctor's permission to tell people that I'm being treated? What? This is a choice myself and my team made together. Who's your team? He said he has a goddamn team. I'm getting the treatment at the wellness center. My friend is being gracious enough to let me stay with them while going through the treatment. It's a good thing. It's helping me feel more comfortable. So bottom line here is he's not answering, and he just keeps going, I'm not well, and these questions are quite aggressive. I have cancer, and I'm upset about it as it is. Yeah, I know you say you have cancer, sir, but I'm asking if you have evidence that you have cancer, anything. If you feel you can make a donation, please feel free. So it's like he still thinks he's getting money from me. You're not. But if not, myself and my family understand completely. Proof? Are you kidding me, bud? Yeah, like, I don't think it's too much. Like, pro tip, if you're ever start a GoFundMe for $20,000, you better be able to back it up. I don't care if you have cancer. Like, you better be able to back it up. Like, his whole plan here, because you know why? Because most people who get chemotherapy, they lose their hair, right? And so that would be a visible evidence that you have cancer, right? Like, you look like you're going through chemotherapy. He wasn't going to go through anything like that. So he needed an explanation for why he didn't have any of the symptoms of a cancer patient. So that's why he was going with this whole chelation therapy or whatever bullshit he's talking about here. So he goes on to say, sorry, I can't have this conversation with any of you longer. I'm preparing for the hardest fight of my life here. And to have a journalist give me garbage over it is way too much. Thanks for reaching out. If you make the donation, thank you. He still thinks he's getting the donation. Sir, please find someone else to bother. Myself and my family are going through quite enough. He's talking about his family. I do wonder if his wife is in on it. We're going to get to her. Sir, please find someone else to bother. Myself and my family, you of all people should understand with your mom not being well, if that's true. That part really pissed me off right there. It's like, dude, I said I wasn't going to swear. I was going to say F you there, but I'm not. Okay? But let me just say this, Mike. That was really insensitive to say that. Because you are lying about cancer, and this makes you an even worse person, is that you are, in fact, lying about cancer. You know you're lying about it to me, and you have the gall to tell me if that's true with my mother. Okay. I'm not going to cuss you out because you are a horrible, even though you're a horrible person, but I'm above that. And I'm like, do you care about the harm this causes to people who have lost loved ones? Are you kidding me? Who the fuck is sick enough to say they have cancer when they don't? You. He's like, this is so outrageous. No one would ever do this. You're doing this right now. I've given nothing to you. Don't give. And I'm like, family and friends, write your story and you will write a retraction once I contact my lawyers. Good night, sir. Well, I've written a story. I've written 4 stories now, Mike. When will I be hearing from your lawyers? I'm sure your lawyers work for free, your team of lawyers. When will I be hearing from them? Let me know. This is why Turtleboy News is a joke. Not so much anymore. You screw with good people. Now sick people. All because I didn't give a journalist my medical record. I just want the name of a doctor. I'm like, what will your lawyers do? And I started asking him about this thing. Are you kidding me? You scared of your bullshit? So now he's freaking out. Now, at this point, the woman who started the GoFundMe has canceled it. And she's like, she's messaging me. She's like, what should I do? Can I refund? I'm like, yeah, you can probably just hit end it and all the shit will get refunded. You can do that. And so now when she told him that, that's when the panic sets in, because he was thinking cash money. Like, I got all this money coming in now. And you know, not a dime of this was going to go to any of that child support he owed. Not a dime of this was going to go to any of those people that he owed money to. None of it. He was going to spend it all. That's all he saw this for. You just scared her with your bullshit. And now she wants to stop the transfers. And that's the other thing. She's like messaging me. And she's like, I asked him the name of the doctor to send this to. And he said, no, just send it to me. And I'm like, red flag right there. Why is he saying that? Why does he need to touch the money? The money should all go directly to his doctor if he has one, shouldn't it? Do not contact me again. I'm contacting my lawyers in the morning. Good luck with them. And again, sir, you should Google me. If you think for 1 second, like, threats of legal bullshit is going to scare me, like, dude, I get sued all the time, dude. I'm undefeated. Google me, seriously. I just won a case last week, summary judgment, 4-year-old case against a fake, another con artist like you, Tony Branch, who pretended to be a bishop. And turns out he was a pedophile. And I exposed him too. And now you're in that weight class with him. So he goes on to say, are you kidding me? You just scared her with your bullshit. Don't contact me again. Dr. Mahar is my primary. I go, yeah, please sue me. I would love to see these documents. You contact her back right now. He's like demanding I contact her back. You scared the hell out of her. Do you take joy in messing with people who are honest and sick? I go, why is she scared? Because you're making her believe things aren't true. Well, they're not true. They're not true. Dr. William Mahar is my primary. Okay. That does me no good. I wanted the Florida doctor. That's all you get, asshole. She froze the money and I told her to refund the money to everyone. I'll find a way to make my treatment through a loan. Why didn't you do that in the first place? Thanks a lot for making my friend uncomfortable. Showing her a lawsuit I settled years ago. That's not the only reason she's uncomfortable. Great job delaying my treatment instead of going under the knife. Okay. Fuck you. You're the worst human being ever. I'm fucking sick. Yeah, I know you say you're sick, Mike. You aren't helping me. Okay, where's your proof? Let's go, smart ass. And then the name of the doctor he told her is this guy named Stephen Trisker. Now, Stephen Trisker is a nurse practitioner in Florida who Mike was planning on staying with to like clear his head. And poor Stephen Trisker dodged a bullet here because he was going to be guy on the couch there. Most likely he was going to steal from him or something. There was some plan there. I guarantee you that. And eventually he was going to look at him and be like, I mean, are you going to get a cancer treatment or not? Like, why are you still here? So you lied about that. He's a doctor friend I've been staying with. Can't wait until you and Turtleboy are writing me a big fat check. Yeah, I'll be writing you a check for harassment. Okay. So all these people gave, I mean, look at all this. This is so nice, these people. I'm storming heaven for you. Mike praying God restores your health. So imagine that Diane McNamara, God bless her soul, gives $250 and just like, I love you, Mike. How can you sleep at night if a good friend of yours you're stealing money from them? What is wrong with you? Who can do something like this? Melissa George is we've written about her before. She was a CEO. She lost her job because she didn't want to get the job. And he's accepting $100 from her. She probably doesn't have a lot of money to give because she lost her freaking job. Unbelievable. So that brings us to part 2. I'm going to try to bang through part 2. Let's pull this one up. Got a couple more donos here. Want to read out loud. Troll Homeo, my guy, sends $10. I know I give you a hard time on Twitter, but I am really just jealous of the extra emojis since my wife tells me that my penis is way too small. See you on the Twitter space. That's so kind of you, Troll Homeo. Troll Homeo trolls me all day on Twitter. He's very obsessed with me. It's odd. He thinks about me a lot. But he apparently sends $10, and apparently his trolling is just a result of being poorly endowed, which I totally get. I totally get. Sorry about that, sir. We all can't have that extra emoji. Then we got Fucci Cuz says, thank you for exposing this asshole. Would give him the benefit of the doubt, but all respect lost. What a piece of garbage. You're goddamn right. So thank you very much for that. If anyone else wants to donate, click at the link at the top. You get to write a message for that. And, you know, unlike him, I'm not scamming. I'm very honest. We call this grifting, but I feel like I am providing a service here. So, it's obviously free. This will always be free. But if you feel like helping out, this is kind of how I make a living. So it's how independent journalism works. Thank you very much. All right. So this brings us to part 2. And he starts messaging the woman, right? So then the next day after this all comes out, he starts telling people that he's going to seek mental health treatment. Everyone was worried about him about this, that this guy's going to kill himself. Now, totally sympathetic to that. Even though Mike says you're a mental midget if you suffer from depression, I'm very sympathetic to depression because I've had my own bouts with it. I know how powerful it can be, how much it can drain you. I've had, you know, issues with wanting to hurt myself that I've been pretty open about. And so I get it. And I'm like, I try to picture myself if I was ever featured in a Turtleboy blog, like how would I feel? It would be rock bottom, right? Like you're embarrassed in front of all these people. I get it. And that's why I take down blogs sometimes when people are changed and they don't want it haunting them. But I feel like the people that I blog about, one thing they all have in common is they're all assholes. And they all did something to end up on there. They all did something wrong. They hurt other people. Like I don't just blog about people who are just going around minding their own business and I don't agree with you on something. It's like you're actively hurting other people. That is a theme to our blogs. You're hurting other people. So he's going around, he's got victims. And this guy, it's like, if he's actually suicidal, then I don't want him to do that, you know? And I hope he gets help. But Mike is a narcissist, and the narcissist is incapable of suicide because they are incapable. To be suicidal is to have regrets. It is to not be in love with yourself anymore. That's what narcissists are. And they're never wrong, and nothing is ever their fault, and they will flip anything on you. That is the master. You saw it in all his reviews. Every time he got a negative review, he would just flip it back on them. You know, the woman finds out that Mike has been lying to him the whole time about being married. Well, he's going to flip. You're the bad guy, actually. Actually, you're the bad guy for being mad at me about that. So you're not worried about my feelings. I have cancer. So he's not seeking mental health treatment. That's all a lie. So this very nice woman, I had a lot of conversations with her this week. I feel bad for her. She's the one that started the GoFundMe. Is still wants to give this guy, like, does not want him to hurt himself. Even though she knows he's lied about cancer, she has every reason to be like, fuck off and never talk to me again. She's still writing him these text messages saying, you know, I'm worried about your mental health. It was hard to read all that stuff. The way you've spoken to others and treated them is the type of stuff I don't tolerate. The lies are a huge problem, and I hope you get the help you need. I'm serious about mental health. So if you're lying that you're actually not in the hospital, that's going to be yet another issue. As far as the cancer goes, it's hard for anyone to believe you, and you can't blame me or everyone else for thinking that is not true. May God guide you to seek the truth. Then he goes, I'm sorry, I don't have your number saved. Who's this? Okay. I am checking in today to the hospital. Secondly, just about everything that man posted about me is false. So right away, he's not in the hospital, and he's immediately not at all like sympathetic. So anyway, let me read some more about this. It goes on to say, there are two sides to this, and nobody has heard mine yet. Well, then let's, like, what is your side? Like, tell me your side. What is there to say? There will be a statement made in the near future that clarifies all this. A statement? What is there to state? Do you have cancer or not? That's it. If you don't have cancer, there's nothing to state. Period. You just, the only thing to state is, I am so fucking sorry. I am the world's biggest asshole. I deserve all the scorn that's being heaped upon me. I need serious fucking help. Mike, do you have cancer or not? It's a simple answer. And he goes, hun, I never lied to you. Again, it's a yes or no. Or anyone. I swear on my family I did not. It's a long story. After I get out of the hospital, I'll revisit this with everyone. I heard what I heard from the doctors and believed what I heard to be true. This is all a huge misunderstanding between me and my doctor and me and everyone else. I never lied. So it's just a big misunderstanding. He didn't lie about having cancer. It's just he heard what he heard. He heard cancer. Maybe he was listening to Reindeer, Prancer and Dancer, Rounds of Cancer. Maybe he heard that. And he's like, oh, I thought, oh, you were talking about Santa's reindeer? Oh, I thought I had cancer. Oh, turns out you were just talking about Christmas gifts. Oh, silly me. I feel so dumb now. Oh, glad I don't have cancer, doctor. Okay. The thing that fool wrote, and then he goes, keep in mind, up here he said that everything I wrote was false. Next sentence. Hun, I never lied. The things that fool wrote about me were true. He just said they were all false. But I never took anything from anyone. You did. You took 16 grand from people. It was all business. I always made things right. You were taken to court and a judge ruled against you. If you wanted to make it right, you would have just paid them. That's the whole. They had to take you to court to get the money. Even when they were in the wrong and broke my contracts, he's still blaming the victims. You only got Turtleboy's side just like everyone else got. Well, say your freaking side, dude. But mine will be out after I get out of the hospital and clean up my head. Delay tactics. I swear. So he's learned nothing. This blog being featured on Turtleboy did not humble him at all. He's just planning on rebounding from this. And his plan is, oh, I misheard the doctor, which is a horrible freaking plan. So again, I told him from the beginning, you asked me to give you money instead. Anyway, narcissists always love he starts love bombing her. This is what they always do. I love your family. Talk to you when I get out. Apparently, after I went to my doctor to get the paperwork, he said I didn't. Oops. He said I misunderstood him. I asked him, how could I misunderstand? For 2 weeks, I've been crying and not sleeping, thinking I was sick. And she's just like, dude, stop. You need serious mental help. Again, he's acting like, oh, I misheard the doctor. Dude, you said you went through the denial stage and then the acceptance stage. You said you got a second opinion on it. You said Dana Farber. Why would you even be sent to Dana Farber if you didn't have cancer? You said it in this video here too. You said you had a goddamn team. He stuck to the lie while admitting that he never had cancer. He goes, I did do anything wrong here. I didn't do anything wrong. It was a serious misunderstanding. I had a blockage in my stomach, and I had asked him what it could be. And he said many things, including cancer. I asked for more info, and he sent me to the cancer center downstairs, and all I heard was cancer, sarcoma cancer. I truly thought I was sick. That's why I looked into chelating. I had no idea. I was a huge misunderstanding. I swear on everything. I did not lie or screw anyone. This is as simple as I'm explaining it to you. I swear to God, I'm taking full responsibility for everything. You're not taking responsibility for anything. And she's like, I have nothing to say. Like, she's like disgusted by him at this point. Disgusted. So he goes on to say, I believed it to be true. Oh, okay. I understand you're upset. And maybe someday you will all understand. It's all your fault. I did not do this on purpose or with any malice. Yes, you did. It's what I believe to be true. As to what I was hearing, I'm sorry. Does he think anyone believes this? I feel the same way. It's so gross. Yeah. Okay. Sorry you feel that way. It's your fault. Again, let me play the part here where he talks about what Dana recommends. Check this out, 15-minute mark.
From my doctor for my diabetes and put me on Ozempic. Up, sticks the needles in me, pulls the blood. Next thing you know, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
You know, he gets the results back.
Yeah, got cancer.
Results back. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. So now he starts freaking out, sends me for a scan.
Sounds like a real misunderstanding.
Scan, whatever.
This is a misunderstanding. He misheard.
Finds it.
He finds it
in the stomach.
He finds it in the stomach. What's that? What did he find?
Sends
Cancer.
me for an endoscopy.
Okay, so he gets
biopsy, the whole 9.
Yep. What happens then?
Comes back at the time, came back as a stage 2.
Okay, stage 2.
Came back as a stage 2. But the folks over there.
So by the way, he misheard. He thought he heard cancer. But yet not only did they tell him he had cancer, they gave him a specific stage of the cancer. He went multiple times to double check and do all this stuff and get an endoscopy and all this stuff. And now listen to this. The best part is how he explains how it went from stage 2 to stage 3. This is brilliant.
Dana said, nah, that's stage 3.
Nah.
Just 2 days ago.
Nah.
So,
just upgraded.
They were more obviously convinced of, I think it was a borderline thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like the Donbas. It's like some are Ukrainian, some are Russian. It's right in the border. It's a borderline thing, you know?
But, go either way.
Yeah, it could go with stage 2, stage 3, whatever.
I'm not gonna go do the traditional, radiation like they recommended.
Yeah, I ain't doing that shit. Nah.
To be honest with you, they recommended. This is what Dana recommended to my, me and my primary.
Yeah, the experts.
Primary is one of my dear friends.
My dear friends.
Everyone's your dear friends. I don't let anybody do. So basically, this is what they wanted.
This is what they want.
They wanted to do aggressive radiation, and then they want to go in, let that thing shrink. Then they want to go in and remove it, but then they would remove. They'd have to remove 40% of my stomach.
Everything he's hearing right now, he misheard. The 40%, the 30%, the 70%, the surgery. The Dana looked at it, and the experts, and blah blah blah. He misheard all of this. He just misheard. This was his plan. I just misheard it all. Like we don't have receipts, dude. Like we don't have like you haven't been talking about this nonstop.
Okay. Plus some of my intestine, because guess what? It's right at the opening of my stomach, on the top of my stomach. So this tumor is a pain in the ass. Now,
its tumor is a pain in the ass.
Here's where it gets weird.
Oh,
the success rate is only 30%.
Oh yeah,
it's a sarcoma. This stuff is aggressive as hell. It doesn't care about you. It wants to eat you and kill you. It's like having a mini person in there trying to fucking shoot in your insides, right?
Oh yeah.
Anywho, get past all that.
That's cancer. Yeah. Anywho, yeah. Just don't ask questions.
So now,
just give me your fucking money. Okay. So he hates asking for money. Yeah, sure you do. Believe me, that's up to you. I love all of you. I would never have done anything like this to any of you. Talk to you when I get out, so you don't have cancer. Please get the help you need. Apparently, after I went to the doctor to get to the paperwork, he said I didn't. He said I misunderstood him. The doctor that sent him to Dana-Farber misunderstood. Yeah. I asked him, how could I misunderstand? For 2 weeks, I have been crying. Okay. Big misunderstanding. So that's part 2. Let's jump to part 3. We're cruising here. Let me read it. Got a couple donos to read here. Okay. Yeah, part 3 is fucking outrageous, but all right, we got a turtle chat here from Sally. It sends $25 and says great work. Thank you very much, Sally. And we also have a cash app here from our guy Eddie Farmer. Sends $10 and no comment or anything, but he sends $10. So thank you, Eddie. If anyone else wants to donate, you could hit the link at the top. Unlike Mike, I don't have cancer. I just have hot takes and news breaking stories. That's all I got for you. So no cancer here. The money will not be going to any therapy. It will be going to my business. I will spend it as I please on here. So if anybody else wants to donate, you can do such just by hitting that link at the top. Okay. So part 3. Oh my God. When you thought this guy couldn't be a bigger scumbag, he made this post before, so we can ignore that. I got that part incorrect. He actually made this post before the blog was coming out. And he's like, we're taking down the campaign. I apologize. You know, okay. Sure thing. Anywho, I later find out, I got a tip from some people, and they're like, look up his probate court documents in Essex probate court. Essex probate court. This guy lives in, he lives in Watertown. He's been in Watertown, Waltham, Malden, and Needham. Those are Norfolk and Middlesex County. What's he doing in Essex County? Well, it turns out he's got a guma with a baby. And he owes this woman, as I find out. First thing I see is I go right to the last one. The last document, he owes $6,600, which I've seen people owe a lot more child support than that. But immediately, it's like another creditor. And that's bad enough as it is. But it's really the details that make this so disgusting. So a defendant lives with his wife at her parents' home in Newton. Loser. Lives with his wife's parents. Probably doesn't pay any rent. And him and his wife do not have a child together. I don't know if she's infertile or what, but he seems to really want to have a baby. So he has a baby. And he didn't just have a baby. The baby was his idea. This woman, I spoke to her on the phone. She's 42 years old now. Or she was 42 years old when she got pregnant. And she was past the stage where she just assumed I'm never going to have a baby. And then she meets this guy. And this guy is charming. And, I don't know much about her past. She seems like a nice enough lady. When I talk to her, Mike tries to smear her and says she has opiate addictions. I don't care about any of that shit. It's not really relevant. What's relevant is that the baby was his idea. According to her, he was going and buying religious stuff and saying he was praying for a baby. He really wanted a baby. Now, I don't know why she wanted a baby with him, but she was under the impression, we're going to say, that the baby would be well taken care of. We're going to see why. But he was so serious about wanting to have a baby that he grabbed her by the throat for not consulting him on The Godfather. So that's how serious he was. He choked her because he didn't consult it. And there he is. There's pictures of him kissing her belly. They made a goddamn cake for the baby. Welcome, baby boy. He made her a cake. Daddy's little sous chef. Okay. So the defendant attended the baby shower, holding the baby shower cake, and was pictured kissing the baby. He went to every doctor's appointment. Keep in mind, this man is married. He's got a wife. Who's got time for this shit? He's going to that he never told the wife about this. During the pregnancy, the parties would go to Jordan's Furniture to look and pick up furniture for their new life together. He told the plaintiff's mother to quit her job, which is crazy. Thank God she didn't. He told the plaintiff's nieces and nephews that they would have rooms at the new house he was building or purchasing for them. He told his soon-to-be father-in-law that he could park his Mercedes-Benz in one of the 3-car garages. He said, he had all this stuff going on. Now, she believed this to be true because, first of all, he said he had a housekeeper. So he told her that he was getting divorced, that he was married, but he's getting divorced. Why? Well, the housekeeper caught his wife cheating with some guy. And so he's like, and so she probably feels bad for him. And he said that they live in a $1.4 million home. And then he was just going to let the ex-wife have it. No big deal. He goes, because I'm rich and famous, I'm worth $28 million because I'm a famous TV chef. And why wouldn't she believe it? He had a close relationship with media. Check this out.
Tonight on this Friday, and local chef and Food Network
champion Mike Fucci cooking up some sweet food.
Here he is with his shrimp and freshly green and lemon butter sauce. Look at that. Put those glasses on. And this is part of a fundraiser for the New England Center and for the Home for Veterans in Boston. The event was held at Wink and Nut in the South End this week, and the night included a Cards for Cocktails event where they raised thousands of dollars there. Chef Mike has been part of some of the biggest charitable efforts, including fundraising for the Pedro Martinez charity at Fenway Park.
Such a good guy.
New cookbook coming out soon, and we've been lucky enough to have some of his food, and it is
One of the nicest. Speaking of the food aside, one of the nicest guys to work on the planet.
He is.
Really is.
For
Wonderful
sure.
guy.
One of the nicest guys.
Yes, right.
Why do you get back all the time?
Fake news. Fake news. It's just like, remember, everybody got so mad when President Trump started using that word, fake news. It's like, what do you call what we just listened to right there? That is the definition of corporate controlled fake news. They don't care if they don't know him. They're just like, he's what did Ed Harding call him? One of the greatest guys walking the earth. Are they going to apologize for this? This woman believed what Mike was saying because of shit like that. They legitimized him. Are they going to do anything to make this right? I am going to tweet at Maria Stefanos and Ed Harding all week for this, and I encourage others to do the same. It is unacceptable because I've seen a lot of people say this in the Needham Facebook group. I understand a lot of people have the wrong impression of me, right? Maybe you've heard things about me. Maybe I use coarse language. Some of that's probably true. Okay. But what I don't do is lie. And what I don't do is print things that aren't sourced and that I have receipts and evidence for. I will not publish anything like that. My reputation is everything to me. And I've broken a lot of major stories. And I go after people who are bad people, who are hurting other people. And I don't care about political affiliation. Yes, I'm conservative, but I have no problem ripping conservatives. Ask Tom Mountain about that. Ask the leaders of the Massachusetts State Police, who are all white. I'm sure most of them vote Republican. Ask them about that. And you can go down the line. I've gone after many Republicans before. And so I've seen a lot of them be like, I've seen a lot of them say, well, if this is true, why isn't it in any other media? Now they're almost there. You're almost there. You're asking the right questions now. Why isn't this in any other media? Why am I the only one reporting this? Well, once you figure out the answer to that, you'll realize like, oh, wait, the media just lies. That's all they do. Why didn't the media report Monica Cannon Grant for 2.5 years when I was writing about it? Because they lie. They like the fairy tale. They like the idea that this guy is like the nicest guy in the world, that he's the world's greatest chef. They don't want to report the real story because it's disgusting, the real story. I don't mind telling you the disgusting truth about people. They lie, and they don't care who they're hurting in the process. So Maria Stefanos, she shouldn't be able to just walk away from this and be like, well, I spread fake news and some people got hurt over it, but that's not my problem. It is your problem. Like they tweet at each other all the time on here. His Twitter is of course gone, so you can't see what she's responding to here, but she would interact with him all the time. By the way, check this out. I have always asked, I'm always asked as a celebrity chef, imagine writing that. Who are some of the famous people I met who I'm friends with? So this is why she believes him, because look at stuff like this.
I'm making a load of nachos over here. So I grabbed the whole wheat tortillas. I got the ground beef, pepper jack. I got the prosciutto. I got the peppers. A monkey could make chip-loaded nachos. Fine.
Is that not the one? Oh, is that the wrong? He's got another video. I guess I didn't put it up of him meeting all these famous people and pictures with them. It's like Anthony Bourdain and stuff. Anyway, he told the woman he lived in this mansion that he was closing on a $1.8 million home, 7,400 square foot home. Very nice. But the problem is it wasn't on the market, and none of this is true. And he never he told her that he was in the hospital for 2 weeks before the baby was due. Or no, that they would be moving into the house 2 weeks before the baby was due. He had told her he had suffered 3 heart attacks and was committed to several hospitals. She called all of those hospitals up and they had no record of him. And so she asks him, why don't they have any record of you, honey? And he tells her, oh, I'm a big famous celebrity, so I got to use an alias because everybody wants to know where I am. You know, I'm Chef friggin' Mike, you know? Okay. Sure you are, Mike. Well, that was all lies. She believed it, unfortunately. So he was never in the hospital. He just like he never had cancer. The woman contacted the hospital, found out the truth. After ending their relationship, Fucci attempted to keep her away from him by weaponizing the courts and filing. Dude, this is crazy. He filed for a harassment prevention order and he scheduled the hearing. I shit you not. So she finds out eventually this guy's full of shit and he dumps her. And he tells her that he schedules the hearing for January 14th. I believe that's the day the baby was due. She went into labor that day, gave birth the next day, and he went to a hearing in which she defaulted because she could not show up because she was in labor giving birth to the baby that he was planning on abandoning. That was his idea to begin with. Like, that baby was his idea. He literally impregnated a woman and promised her the world for this baby. It was his freaking idea. And then he knew the whole time it was a lie. And then he gets a restraining order on her. And that prevents her from telling the truth about this or contacting him. And he does it on a day when he knows that she's going to be giving birth. That is insane. That is evil, dude. The whole restraining order on the day of the birth thing, that's crazy. That's new level crazy. He wasn't allowed in the hospital because several nurses heard him speaking to her in an abusive manner. While she was in labor on January 14th, Mike either pretended to be a Newton police officer or had a friend to be and called the hospital and alleged that threats were being made against the woman. As a result, they did not allow access to her own family to see the baby. During the entire relationship, defendant made many false. Okay, so we talked about this, all the things he claimed to be, all the fake heart attacks. Oh, and so how does he explain the lack of a home? Well, he tells her that defendant never purchased the property, although he claimed in an email to plaintiff the day before they were to move in, there's a problem with the house and everyone, including Dave, is working on it. We believe we were scammed by a realtor. That's his whole explanation. Whatever that, how are you scammed by a realtor? What? Okay. It's always someone else's fault. It gets worse. How about this? Since the defendant left the plaintiff prior to the child's birth, the plaintiff has been the primary caretaker. And the plaintiff has had no contact with the defendant, with the exception of February 2019 card from the defendant's wife, including gift cards that he claimed were from his wife, saying, "So excited for you. I hope you like these. Love, Jen." He was telling his wife, the defendant was telling his wife, family, and friends that the plaintiff was a drug addict and that she supplied him with Xanax and raped him. This is how he explained to his wife, who is either one of two things: the world's biggest moron or an evil, diabolical, complicit cunt. One or the two of the others. And we're going to find out. I'm leaning towards the latter, quite frankly. I don't think anyone could be this stupid. You raped me? Like, imagine telling, I mean, the lies that this guy tells. I have no doubt he told his wife this, that he was raped. He was telling everybody that he's raped by her. No one would ever believe that, dude. I'm Mike, Chef Mike. Everybody wants my cock, you know? I'm just trying to take a nap over here, ladies, and I can't take a nap without getting some chick riding my cock. Come on, give me a break. I know I'm Chef Mike, a celebrity chef worth $28 million, but my dick needs a break. Jesus Christ, I'm Chef Mike. Oh, what an asshole. She raped you. Give me a break. He has failed to contribute any financial support to this kid. Now, this part, man, just gets to me because I've seen this woman and I've seen pictures of her boy. He's so cute. 4-year-old boy, healthy looking young child. And he needs a father. And it's just so wrong. Every child needs a father. Like the lack of fathers in this country is one of the biggest social problems that we have. It leads to poverty, incarceration. Everything gets worse for you without a dad. You can survive without a dad. There's a lot of single moms killing it out there. Don't get me wrong. But you drastically increase your chances for success and survival with a good father, period. And this guy does not give a fuck about this kid. Like, when I looked at the pictures of this kid, like, I fell in love with the kid. I'm just like, he's so innocent and so nice and wants a daddy, I'm sure. He's probably getting to the age where he talks to other kids have a daddy. He doesn't have a daddy. And if I'm feeling like that, looking at this kid, this Mike has no soul. Chef Mike Fucci has no soul. Like, how can you do that? How can you know that your flesh and blood is right there in Linfield and you're not paying, and you don't even want to meet them? That is so evil, man. How do you not want to meet your own? He has no children. Like, this is evil. You don't want to meet this child? What is wrong with you? That's what I mean by him. He has no heart, no soul. You can't have a heart attack if you have no heart, dude. How can you do that to a kid? Evil. So the harassment order ends up getting thrown out. The judge says he has credibility issues since he said he had no relationship with her and they have a freaking kid together. The paternity test comes back proving that he is the father. So that all comes out. The judge ordered that she would have sole physical custody, obviously, which he didn't contest, and he had to pay $200 a week. But he wants her to be mandated to take weekly drug tests. What? Due to her history of opiate addiction. So he's still shitting on her. He's saying that he tried to get the payments reduced to $25 a week instead of $200 because his Chef Mike's is not profitable yet, as if that's her problem. He was on Jerry's show. He was on Howie Carr. He was doing the rounds as like Mr. Conservative, like Charlie Baker's screwing us over, all our small businesses. You won't let us open up, you know. Oh, dude, COVID didn't kill your business. You did. You don't know how to run a business. You're a moron, an absolute moron. And he never applied for a PPP loan. Like this, people like him, you know how many people scammed with PPP loans? It's a free lunch for scammers. He didn't even apply. He didn't even know how. He's so lazy. And he claims he got money from Dave Portnoy. That's a lie too. He claims he's like friends with Dave Portnoy, I believe. Check this out.
One bite, the rules. Whoa, saran wrap.
Some of you guys know this guy. His name is Dave Portnoy.
It's got saran wrap on it.
And just as he's giving a slice of pizza to this gentleman on the street,
go in there hard, man.
He's that generous. You know Dave from Barstool Sports. He's El Presidente. He's the guy. Okay, sportsbook, whatever.
Look at that.
What you may not know is that Dave Portnoy single-handedly helped save so many small business restaurants in this country. He, during the pandemic, went crazy and gave away millions and millions and millions of dollars that he raised to help all of us. Every single restaurant, small business should be grateful for Dave Portnoy. I, for one, am. I think he's a hero. I will always, always, always admire this man for what he did. He helped save my industry. Dave, if you're listening, thank you. You're the best.
So why does he never talked to Dave Portnoy? He said here that Dave Portnoy like called him. He goes, I am so happy to announce that Dave and Barstool Restaurant Fund finish off the rest of our GoFundMe. Yeah, he started a GoFundMe too. It was extremely easy. And I am so grateful to get this help from all of you. So he says that it goes, within a couple minutes of her posting, Dave Portnoy reached out to me via Messenger. So he didn't even have to apply because he's Mike Fucci. He's famous. Dave Portnoy reaches out to him. Oh my God. So he said he tried not to pay child support. He showed some documents. They were fraudulent too. Like basically he was putting personal expenses down for his business. So he did have some money to donate. He was just trying to get out of the way. Now, this is from his wife, and I hate his wife. So let me be very clear about this. Jennifer Fucci, if you're watching this right now, you have a great opportunity now to leave this man. Just ditch him. There is no reason for you to stay with him. Why? Why would you want to stay with him? He doesn't just cheat on you. He impregnates women intentionally, tells them he loves them, spends money that should be going to you on them. You live in your parents' house. You're both in your 40s, and you live in your parents' house. Life is not going well for you being married to Michael Fucci. You have nothing to lose. Most importantly here, you're in some serious legal trouble here. And guess what? Your assets are his assets. And I am told this woman gets paid a 6-figure salary. So, Jennifer, if you're watching this, I'm giving you a chance to reach out to me. I'm not afraid to do a house call. That's not a threat. But we obviously have your address, right? And if we have to go and knock on the door and speak to your parents, then I will. So I'm giving you a little bit of time here to message me. Reach out to me. Or I'm coming to you. And that's not a threat. It's going to be me asking you some questions and speaking to your parents about this, because I got to talk to your mommy. You're in your 40s and need to talk to your mommy. And I'm going to ask your mommy and your daddy, do you know about the illegitimate child that the guy living in your house for free that you call a son-in-law isn't isn't paying for? Do you know about this? Do you know about all this money he owes? I'm going to tell them everything. Okay? And they're going to listen, because I'm sure they're not in on this too. You might be. So I'm giving you a chance right now, Jennifer Fucci, to walk away from this. Do the right thing. And I believe I have her number. Should I give her? So let me just read these messages first. So she says, who are these messages to? I forget. These are messages. So she reached out to the sister of the woman who started the GoFundMe from and asked them to update the GoFundMe, saying that he would no longer be getting cancer treatment. So she has to be in on it. She dismissed the reporting. She goes, the police were just here and are going to meet him. Okay. Can you ask Blank to write down on the GoFundMe that Mike is not pursuing the alternative treatment at this time? Therefore, the money's being refunded. Do you think that would be okay? Obviously, people are going to talk, but that's the truth. No, it's not. It's not. He goes, his lawyers are involved, and those people are trolls. I'm sorry to be stressing you guys out. Okay, so there's Jennifer Fucci right there. And these are messages that Jennifer Fucci sent the ex-girlfriend that allegedly told Mike, who cares? Hi, my name is Jennifer Fucci. By the latest name, you can see I'm Mike Fucci's ex-wife. I wanted to reach out to you. Ex-wife? Like, that's what makes me think these messages are from Mike. Because why would she refer to herself as the ex-wife? She's not his ex-wife. She's still married to him. And I have been contacted by his ex-girlfriend, the one he had a baby with. I want to be very upfront with you. I don't care what everyone has going on. I also don't want to hear about any of it. Okay? I have had her blocked for several years. She continues to send me voicemails about my ex-husband. I'm not interested in hearing her psychotic stories. Like, you have a fucking baby with her. This is all Mike writing this. They have a child together. That is none of my business. I know who Michael is, and I know he has a great heart and is a person who helps more people than he should. This is Mike talking about himself. He is a caring, wonderful human being and has a heart of gold. Oh, what a narcissist. Our entire marriage was great. Besides me knocking women up and stealing, and besides all that. And that is why we continue to remain friends to this day. I ask that you please not try to reach out to me, as she alluded in a recent voicemail she left me. Like, please don't reach out to me. So I'm reaching out to you to tell you not to reach out to me. Basically, Mike knows that the ex-girlfriends are all talking to each other now, and they're all going to contact Jennifer. So he's contacting them, pretending to be Jennifer, in order to prevent that from happening. This is his this is what he's doing while he's saying he's suicidal and he's seeking mental health treatment. He's actually doing this. Scumbag. As I stated, Michael is a great person, and I understand you would know that as well, as you had taken care of your children. I ask that you respect my privacy, and please do reach out to me, as I am not interested in talking about this issue further. He is and always has been a very good man, and that's how I chose to think of him. Nothing will change my mind. Okay, so there we go. So that's part 3. Maybe part 4 will change your mind. Let's do that one. By the way, I heard the Celtics beat the Sixers. What else is new? Hey, 1 second. Let me just I gotta go get a drink of water. Hold on. Let me play a video while we do that. Be right back. You have any good videos here? I can play.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a one-boy cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun. Whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking son to son, 'cause he's my best friend. Yeah, he's my best friend. La la, ba da 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 ya, ba da 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 ba da 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 ya.
All right, we're back. We're back. Okay. So let's go to part 4. Let me check the donos real quick. I don't want to miss anyone. Any turtle chats? Okay, no, we're good. Again, if anyone would like to donate, you can click at the link at the top. That brings, we got a 7-pounder. Sends $5 and says, we are all turtle riders, loyal as fuck. Thank you, 7-pounder. I appreciate that. If anyone else would like to donate, that is how they can do that. Oh, and you know what the thing is? I have Jennifer Fucci's phone number. Should I call her, or is that a stupid question? Let's give her a call. I have a feeling she's watching. I don't think she's going to answer. But let me try anyway, shall we? Oh, hold on. Let me write this number down. All right. Where'd she go? Okay. There we go. Let me write this down. All right. Let me ask this person, dude. All right. We're calling this one. See what happens. You guys think she answers? Yes or no? Let's see. Oh, we'll do that too. Come on, answer. Come on. Come on.
We reached Jennifer. I'm unable to come to the phone. Leave a message and I will call you back. Bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Yo, Jennifer, this is your husband, Mike. I got a confession to make. So I threw a couple hot shots in this woman I met in Linfield. I told you that she raped me, but actually it wasn't rape. I was just kind of, I told her that I wanted to have a baby with her, but I wasn't really, I didn't think she was serious. And then I had a baby, and then, fuck that kid. So he can just be raised by wolves or whatever. It happened in the Jungle Book. Why not do it again? He'll be fine. Just give him an iPad. He'll be good. Whatever. He'll be fine. So, I do have that baby thing going on. And yeah, the cancer thing. Yeah, I think you knew that was a scam. So we won't be doing that anymore. So I'm at 17 grand. So we need a new scam. We got to come up with together. So again, I'm really sorry about, the cheating and the gumas and stuff like that. But, we'll figure something out because it's just me and you, baby. It's just me and you against the world. And all these haters, they don't even know what's coming. We're going to come back harder. We're going to throw the biggest party you've ever seen in your life, honey. And then you're going to get some of Chef Mike's special sauce. It's coming your way. Let me tell you that, honey. Okay. So I promise it'll all be worth it. Never going to cheat on you guys. Promise. No more hot shots and chicks. Okay. No more gumas. I'm going to be a different guy this time around. No more whores. It's all over from here. I'm a straight shooter. Everybody likes me. Do a lot of charity work. Everybody you love me. So, and eventually one day by age 55, we're going to be out of your parents' house. I promise you. We're going to have an apartment somewhere. We're going to Malden, Medford, wherever you want to go. Wherever you want to go. We're going to live the life, baby. Trust me. So, anyway, I'll be in there later. I just got to go to my other girlfriend's house real quick. Be right back. Bye. We'll see if she calls back. Okay. All right. So let's try him. We have his number too. So let's give him a call. He is a wicked good guy. He's the best.
How you reach Mike? Leave me a message. He'll get back to you. Bye.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Mike. This is Aidan Kearney from Turtleboy calling. Just following up on our last conversation. I haven't heard back from you. You sounded very confident in yourself on Tuesday night when we spoke. You said that I was going to be, I think it was Monday night, actually. You said that I was going to be hearing from your lawyers. Let me know if you need my address so they can serve me. I have not heard from your team of lawyers yet. Now that we've discovered that you don't have cancer, that you made the whole thing up, we'd like to know why, and maybe you can come on our show and clear that up. You told the woman who started the GoFundMe that clearly hates you now that you were going to take a few days to clear your head and get some help in the hospital. And then you come back and you'd be able to explain this whole thing away. So I'm giving you a chance to do that if you'd like to come on here. If you can come on here and show us that all of this stuff is a big misunderstanding, I'd be happy to take all the blogs down tomorrow. So give me a call back when you get this and we can talk some more. If I don't hear from you or Jennifer, I've called you both, then that's fine. Well, we can do a house visit. It's fine. But we're going to need to get some answers from you, Mike. Okay. So give me a call back when you get this. Love you, pal. I know you're a great guy. So I know you're going to do the right thing. You're going to call me back. Bye. We'll see. I don't think he's going to call. Okay. Okie dokie. He's a wicked good guy, though. Even ask him. So let's go to part 4 here. Yeah, it's a fair. He comes. If this is all a big mistake, I'll be happy to take them all down. You just got to, show me it's a mistake. Something. I can't take your word for it, Mike. Sorry. We're past that stage. Stand-up guy. Real stand-up guy. Okay. Let's do a little where you're repping, by the way. Let us know in the comment. We didn't do that yet. Let us know in the comments right now. Where are you watching the Turtleboy live show from tonight? Go ahead. We usually do this right in the middle of the show. We got really carried away with this. So let us know in the comments. Where are you watching the show from tonight? East Bridgewater's in the house. Let's see. Apache Junction, Taunton, Worcester's here. Skitchewitz here. Buzzards Bay. Chef Mike Tibbetts is hysterical. Okay. Stoneham's in the house. Bedford, New Hampshire. Lexington is here. Naples, Florida is here. Lowell's here. Let's see. Hanson is here. Long Island, Manchog, Winchester, Massachusetts. Billerica, Salem, Gloucester. Eric Neal's basement. Yikes. 401 is where I'm from. I believe that's Rhode Island. Oregon's in the house. Springfield is here. Fat Mike Fucci's house. Brockton is here. Laconia, New Hampshire is in the house. Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Waltham, Walpole, Dover, Massachusetts. Mike Fucci's walk-in cooler. Yikes. Another Dover, Mass. many times about ordering. Thankfully, I never did. Absolutely. Mashpee is here. Needham is here. Oh, I heard there was some watch parties going on in Needham for this tonight. Shout out to Needham. London is in the house. I'm at Dana Fiber. Surprised he hasn't claimed to be in the mafia. He's kind of alluded to it. Ashburnham is in the house. Waltham, Auburn, Moose Up, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Kiev, Ukraine. Thank you, USA. That's a good one. Dudley is in the house. Everett is here. California. Dudley, another Dudley's in the house. Mapleville, Quincy, Roslindale, Danvers, Framingham, Billerica, Tucson. Okay, Savannah. If I missed you, I missed you. There's a lot of where you're repping. Okay, cool. All right. Medford, last one. All right. Anyway, let's get on to part 4, shall we? So part 4, there he is. Dude, look at him. Look at this guy. You can't be serious. So he announced that they were going to have a big Zoom call explaining this the other night. Now, I did notice something about this. Now, check this out. Somebody messaged me about this. Spouses are invited as well. Fucci would like to talk to everyone. And it says, join the Zoom meeting. Now, look where it says there. Insulet. Insulet is a company, I believe. I got a tip about this. Insulet Corporation. So it is headquartered in Acton, Massachusetts, and they are a manufacturing company. And that is where his wife works, as it turns out. She works for Insulet. So she is using her company's Zoom code to host some sort of meeting about this to explain it all. Now, the meeting never happens because they must have sat down together and realized I got nothing. Like, I'm out of ideas. Like, we're fucked. This Turtleboy guy, we thought that we could just call him fake news and call him white supremacist and whatever they normally do to try to discredit me. And it just doesn't work, guys. It just doesn't work. I'm not any of those things. Like, you can say I'm this person, but I'm not, and nobody has any evidence, certainly. And it just, you can't keep shooting the messenger and just saying, well, actually, you can't believe any of this because this is a bad person. It's not going to work. And so I think they realized that, and they're like, well, I got nothing. And so they cancel it. It never happened. Now, there's some messages that she sent to him. This is to the woman that he impregnated, who has him on the phone as fat bastard. He goes, wrong. I want you to give a fuck about me first, then worry about you and our son in this situation. He says this to the woman and the son that he abandoned. But you show no caring about how I was feeling. Oh, fuck you and your feelings. He sends this message to the other Guma. And I mean that not in a derogatory way, just with Tony Soprano in them. He's like, thinks he's mafia. So he goes, I'll be taking the rent money with me to the casino tonight. He sent this a couple weeks ago. Not only that, I'm going to burn through much, much more. He sends her a picture of thousands of dollars. I'm going to burn through all this tonight. Meanwhile, he's sending her all these messages. This is the woman. Remember, this is the one he was really mad at. And I'm convinced he made up the cancer thing and it's all for this woman. I swear to God, it's all for this woman, to make this woman feel bad for him, because she finds out he's married and he's got a kid with another woman. And she's like, I'm done with this guy. He was talking about buying her all this shit and all this stuff. She finds out it's a lie. She wants nothing to do with him. And he begs to get her back and she doesn't come back. And so that's why he just like, fuck her. She said, who cares to me? She don't care about my cancer. My cancer. Meanwhile, these are the messages that he's sending her from burner phone numbers, like constantly. Look at these messages. I'm leaving for, like, let me read these from the bottom. Keep me blocked. I'm done with your attitude. So she blocked you and it's like, let's message you from a different number. I'm trying to help you when I should be focusing on myself. I'm such a good guy. He's such a good guy. He should be helping himself, but he's worried about her. I say it now because I won't be in communication with you after this. And then he messages her the next day, that same day. Shouldn't have even sent that to you. Sorry. to have disturbed you. So he's sorry. Then he comes back the next message. Goodbye. I'm now wiping my phone clean and all social as well. And let me tell you, I've seen pictures of this woman and the woman he impregnated. They're good looking. They're good looking women. It's crazy. There's a lot of guys out there that can't get a call back. Chef Mike Fucci is just swimming in it. It's unbelievable. See you in court, he says. I'll be treating you in court just as you has treated me. The kids know. The kids now I know you're a junkie and you have zero motivation to get help. He just calls everyone who doesn't like a junkie. These poor kids having you as for a mother. Just like my mother. Pathetic. Well, maybe that explains some of his issues. Like, imagine saying somebody else is a bad mother when you have a child out there that you have abandoned and aren't paying a dime for. I gave you my heart and you murdered it. You still have nothing to say. How can you just ignore me? How? You were going to be my wife, he says. You were going to be my wife. Dude, you're married. I'm leaving for Florida to try alternative treatment for cancer. But not before I don't even know what the whole message is yet, but you get the point. Now, this guy, let's talk about how he got here. He was constantly on TV as like the face of end these mandates.
It did not take long for us to hear the anger and frustration in the voice of the man known as Chef Mike around here. He says a lot more has to be done. And he's really calling on the government to step in and help these struggling restaurants. At Chef Mike's Cucina in Needham, Chef Mike isn't exactly rolling in the dough lately.
It's been horrible. It's been real bad.
Look at him. Look at him.
And we're down 85%.
85%.
We're struggling to make it.
Chef Michael Fucci started this restaurant 15 months ago. Then COVID-19 hit in March. He's been forced to cut hours and staff while trying to figure out a recipe to stay open.
I'll be lucky if I make it to January, February, if I'm lucky. And that will be a stretch. That'll be a stretch.
All of this comes as the weather clamps down on outdoor dining for Chef Mike and so many other restaurants. The chef has spent money to alter his restaurant, even as doctors sound the alarm on indoor dining. We caught up with
this guy. I want to smack this guy.
Late last week.
Listen to this guy.
Indoor dining with windows and doors closed, with people not wearing masks while they eat, is unquestionably a risk for transmission.
By the way, I'm so sick. I'm so glad we never hear from people. Remember, we used to hear from people like that all the time. Oh God, shut up, dude. Get over yourself. These freaking elites. They're just like, oh, who cares about your business? There might be transmission. I don't give a shit. I never cared. Nobody cared. Turns out we were right the whole time. Anyway, there was that. So he goes on Howie's show. He's on Howie.
The governor
toyed with people's lives, all to make people up in Washington happy.
Listen to him. He tries to do like the everyman voice. Disgusting.
Let me play a couple of these cuts and get your reactions to them. Cut 40.
Over 4,000 businesses in the state. He had nothing to do with it. He left us hanging for at least 8 months. If the Fed's not supposed to do something and they're not doing their job, it's up to the governor to.
So I talked to Howie about this. I talked to him the other day, and unlike him, I actually do know some people. And he's basically, I'm like, how did he get on your show? And I asked Jerry about this, the same thing. It's like he sought them out. He wanted to be like, I'm the face of the anti-mandate COVID. The government's screwing us over. He was like that guy because they were looking for guys like that. And they're just like, whatever. This guy seems legit. Somehow Jeff Deal hired this guy to run a fundraiser for him, which says everything you need to know about the Jeff Deal campaign for governor and why I had nothing to do with that. Even as a conservative, I'm like, that's over before it started. Like, he has no shot. You're hiring this idiot to run your. I mean, I hate Jeff Deal. I freaking hate Jeff Deal. If I ever see Jeff Deal in politics again, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. That guy. Go away, Jeff Deal, you loser. Ugh. Anyway, this is what he says. Watch this. Now, here he is talking. He presented himself as such a threat to Governor Baker. He says he's the biggest threat to Governor Baker that there is, that Maura Healey came after him, which doesn't make any sense because Maura Healey does not serve in Governor Baker's cabinet. She's elected separately. She's not part of his cabinet. It's not how the state government works. So listen to this. Watch this.
Charlie Baker I am. Okay?
I'm a
Let me
threat
show
to-
you a couple, three things
A
for all
couple,
the
three
people
things.
that think they know me so well. Okay? You see this folder right here?
Yep, we see it.
What's that say? It says Attorney General. Okay? I murderized Charlie Baker so bad in the press in the last 2.5 years, he sent his little fuckface Maura Healey to my door.
He goes, I murderized. Like, picture Charlie Baker sitting in the State House. Oh, dude. This guy, he's murderizing us. Chef, have you seen Chef Mike? Have you seen his TikToks? He's murderizing us out there. He's saying we're corrupt. We got to do something about this. We got to stop Mike. We got to shut up Chef Mike. He's too powerful. He's taking us down. We had this whole plan. We're going to screw everyone over. And then this guy blew the whistle on. We got to stop him. He's too powerful. We got Maura. Call Maura. Can you help us out? What can you do? Can you send him some paperwork? And she sends him some paperwork.
Okay? You really think I'm playing? That's what he did. That's what he did.
Oh.
Because he couldn't take the goddamn heat. There's the file folder. Was shipped to my attorney. My attorney chewed her up and spit her out. Think you're fucking playing with some amateur over here? I'm a street guy. You want to get in the fucking dirt with me?
He's a street
you better
guy.
know how to fucking play.
One more time. I gotta play I'm a street guy. I'm a street guy. This guy's the Kevin Cullen. Remember Kevin Cullen that said that same thing? I'm a street guy. I'm out in the streets. Yeah, sure you are. I'm out in the streets. Sure, I'm a street. Never trust anyone who calls himself a street guy.
Think you're fucking playing with some amateur over here?
Some amateur.
I'm a street guy.
I'm a street guy.
You want to get in the fucking dirt with me? You better know how to fucking play.
Oh my God. You better know how to fuck. I got the file folder. So he's got the folder. But what he didn't anticipate was people would actually look at that document. And on the document, I don't know if you guys can read this, but I'll give you the gist of it. The document says it's about wage theft. And it's dated February 19th, 2020, which was before the pandemic started. And the 3 people that he never paid were on a prison program with the Department of Corrections where he didn't even pay them. And I guarantee, like, why would you pay prison labor to work in your shop? So he was employing a bunch of prisoners, probably didn't tell anyone, any customers. Like, by the way, and these are dangerous dudes. Like, one of the dudes was in there for stabbing someone on the way home from a Boy Scout meeting. Bad dudes. And they're on this program where they work a little bit outside and then they go back to jail. It's like transitioning them back. It's a government program. I guarantee the government is supplementing this somehow, because why else would the employer hire a criminal when they could hire somebody else who's not a criminal? There must be some sort of money coming in from the government, right? There has to be, or else why would he do it? So he's getting their paychecks supplemented, and he can't even pay the remaining balance off. He doesn't pay it. And moron shows it on the live stream. Like, people can't just freaking pause it. And they pause it and they're like reading it like, dude, are you kidding me? So anyway, remember the Christmas thing? Yeah, that turned out to be a lie too, because we talked to the person. This poor guy is like, we both showed up to help him when he fell. After day 1, he asked us if I wanted to work full time. He asked me what I was looking for weekly pay. I gave him a number, and he retracts that number with a higher number and promises to get me on the Food Network. Because what does it matter at that point if you're not going to pay him? Oh, you want this money? I'm going to double that. I'm going to double that. I'm Chef Mike. I'm going to get you on the Food Network. So he's just like, sounds good to me. But of course, he never paid, because how outrageous is that? Like, I've never taken a job before and worried that I'm not going to get paid. I've never thought of that. Like, obviously, nobody would be brazen enough not to pay me. I'm not a slave, because that's what this is. Slavery. You just had a bunch of people work for you with no intention of paying them. That's crazy. They made you money and you never gave them money. Everyone quit, but he was scared he wasn't going to get paid. And so he's just like, whatever, maybe if I stick this out, it'll pay me. Then the Christmas thing happens. And he says to Amir, Merry Christmas, bud. Hey, we're getting back on Tuesday morning early. Hope you had a good Christmas with the family. Call me tomorrow. Doesn't call. Bud, you okay? And the guy is so nice about it. He's like, sorry, chef. I had to get a new job because, you're not paying me. And he's like, right. And payday's this Friday, every 2 weeks. And he found a bunch of scratch tickets and cigarettes in the guy's office. And it's like, you have money for $140 worth of scratch tickets you're blowing on, and you can't pay me? Are you kidding me? It's outrageous. Right. And payday's this Friday. The scratch tickets were a gift. Oh, everybody just buys them scratch tickets. I did not buy them. I wish I had money to buy tickets. I value you greatly. I understand mom had to come first. Because, by the way, this guy had to, miss Christmas because this guy didn't pay him. This is the nicest guy to ever, not get paid on Christmas that I've ever seen. Also, you pay some more this Friday as I didn't have any money, as you saw before we left for Christmas. I'm sorry I put you in a position. I'm in the middle of a move. My office has been cleaned out. You're moving because you didn't pay your rent. As soon as I set up my new office and go through the hours next week, I'll contact you. Give me 10 minutes. And so he keeps giving him the runaround. I'm doing my best, bro. I'll let you know soon. Sorry. And he just keeps giving him the runarounds. And then he said he was going to Vermont for a week because he punched a maid guy in the face. He goes, I fucked up. He was a maid guy. Oh, the elders told him to disappear for a week, and they will have a sit down with the maid guys and try to call off the hit. This is a lie he tells. The lies he has to tell to keep this going. They're going to call off the goddamn hit. I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, I'm so glad you posted about Fucci. You worked multiple events. Another person says they serve raw chicken there. Another person's like, he owed me $6,000 and he blocked me. He punched holes in the wall and ripped the TV off the wall right in front of me. Cussed out everyone who disagreed with him. And by the way, he had a GoFundMe during the pandemic that raised over $15,000. And he says he didn't qualify for the PPP loan. Doesn't explain why, because everyone seemed to. And I think we all know why he didn't qualify for the PPP loan. First of all, I'm sure he was too lazy to do it. I looked into the PPP loan, and it was just like, you need I probably could have got one, but I'm just like, whatever. Because I don't have employees. He had employees that needed him, and he did not apply for the handouts that the government was giving away, because I'm sure a lot of these people got paid under the table. And I'm sure he didn't have a lot of paperwork to back up anything he was saying. You needed a lot of paperwork to get the PPP loan. I'm sure he didn't have anything. He told friends, I didn't get $35,000 customers. I got roughly $9K. The rest came from Dave Portnoy. Oh, right. Sure did. Or how about this? Dude, this is the fucking craziest video where he talks about the old man that came to his restaurant and complained about the snow outside that he didn't shovel. Watch this. He posts this and thinks it makes him look good.
Not kidding you, for about 3 minutes. It kept going and going and going and going. I don't got enough shit in my fucking day that I got to put up with some half-ass sawed-off jerk-off coming in here busting my balls over a snow pile because he can't walk past the sidewalk. Well, fuck you, all right? Fuck you and your sidewalk. Go get a shovel and move it, I told him. If you can't walk, go get a fucking shovel. What do I look like? The snow fucking police? Jesus, Mary and fucking Joseph over here. I can't deal with this shit anymore. I got enough on my plate without anybody busting balls over a snow pile that's got nothing to do with me. This guy, I'm not.
It's blocking your business, but it has nothing to do with him, the snow pile. It has nothing to do with him. Okay. So I alluded real quick in part 4. I'll bring up a little. I'll give you a little teaser for part 5, rather. So I don't think he's. It's my understanding that he's not even a chef. He has no culinary background whatsoever. We're gonna look at a couple places that he used to work at that he got fired from before opening his own. He has no idea how to, run a freaking business. Obviously, I think he's just making the chef part up too, because everybody says he can't even cook. Like he on that show that he won allegedly, he made nachos. Like he says in the show, a monkey could make nachos. Did I have any videos here? Let me see. That I want to share from this. Let me see here. That I could give you a preview of this. We go through the GoFundMes. There's a whole coin. He actually defrauds people on coin collecting. We're going to see. He's got so many. There's more. The big thing is the Jim Corsi thing. Oh, here's the video I want to show you. Let me bring this up. All right. So he makes, I don't know if his TikTok is still up, but he does these duets where he finds other cooks online and he just mocks them. Like, you don't know what you're doing. Watch this.
Yeah. This is what you make. Okay?
Welcome to Cheese Fuckification Part 2.
There's tomatoes in there. There's 1 can of beer. Remember, all the alcohol gets cooked right out, so it's perfect. Okay, so now you take this, baby, and we're going to stir it around. Remember, there's also sausage in here. Too.
Yeah, there's the burnt sausage. Don't forget that.
You don't have to do dishes. You can leave.
The boys are done with this. They're going to the toilet.
And this is good.
Just so you know.
Yes, and then you don't have to worry about washing it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Take it to any party you want.
Does it matter what pan of
Sure.
That's my favorite. That's my man.
Don't show up to any party I'm going to.
Sort of, but we're all watching those LBs. Okay, so we're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
If you have pretzels,
The LBs.
you can dip in chicken, bread.
Gotta watch them.
Ready? Ooh, juicy.
So that's basically what he does, is just mock
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna
people.
Oh, my God.
So you're just gonna use
Hold on.
I've been a chef 35 years.
Sure.
Do you know what it takes to make me want to gag? A lot.
Yeah. So he's basically mocking them. And we're going to see with the Jim Corsi thing. That's really disgusting what he does with this picture. So that's kind of coming in part 5. We will see that he actually gets a lot. He gets worse. It gets worse. Just when you think it can't get worse with this guy, it gets worse. Okay. So I don't know if his TikTok is still up. I downloaded as many TikToks as I could of his, but they're mostly just that, him mocking people. He's a mean person. Like, he's a bad person. That's the thing. Like, you should not, a lot of people felt sympathy for this guy and that's normal to feel sympathy for him because you're like, what if it was me in that situation? And I get that, but you can't compare yourself to him. You'll never understand what it's like to be him because you don't think like him. You have empathy if you feel bad for him. You're a normal human being with normal emotions, and he's not. He's not a normal human being. He's a bad person. All you need to know, fuck the cancer, all that stuff. The thing he did with his son is the most inhuman part about him. Abandoning a 4-year-old boy and not feeling bad about it at all, and then telling her that you don't care enough about me. That is the most inhuman thing of all of these things. I'm so disgusted by this person, the faking cancer, whatever. Like, it's all bad. But the fact that he has a 4-year-old son out there that does not live far from him, and he allows, that is the most inhuman part about him. And so you shouldn't try to empathize with him. You shouldn't try to understand him because you never will. Some people are just evil. He's evil. He's an evil, evil, evil person. So, there's that. I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything. Fire away. Let me read. Do we have any more? I've been getting messages all night. I'm trying to keep up as best I can. I do have one more thing unrelated I can show you guys here. Let's see. And by the way, of course, Janetti's calling. Moron. Let's see. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to say this person's name, but she messages me. My name is blank. And Michael Fucci mentioned my family's last name in his horrific, disgusting display of pretending he was a cancer patient. So he mentioned her name. Oh, her name was mentioned in that rant. I'm disgusted mostly because my mother had breast cancer and my father died of lung cancer. So do you know somebody was that close to my family? Who is this evil scares me? I am reaching out to you because my sister passed away 2 years ago of a supposed brain aneurysm. My brother-in-law, since her death, has raised a lot of money in fundraisers in my sister's name. Peculiar enough, none of my family members have attended any of those events, but a lot of people have. And they've written to me because he has never exposed what they've raised. Okay, so Mike Fucci. I'm afraid that he is another. Okay, so we'll talk to her about that later. But yeah, I mean, horrible. I mean, these people that he mentioned in there, they're all really good people. And that's how he goes after them. Like that woman who started the GoFundMe for him. Like you saw those messages that she sent the next day. She was still giving him a chance. She was still making sure that he was okay. And what did he do in response to her kindness? Lied to her some more. Lied to her some more. I mean, that's evil, man. How can a human person do that? I don't know. Okay. Let me real quick. Let me bring up some. Oh, there it is. So somebody, you got it. You guys want a good laugh here? Okay. So check this out. I don't even want to give this person. I'm not even going to say what website this is on. I don't even want to give this person any sort of credit. But it's freaking hilarious. All right, hold on. So somebody paid $175. The title, they wrote a little blog here. And it says, Uncovering the Truth, What Holden Police Records Reveal About Turtleboy. And the headline says, I requested a 10-year FOIA on Turtleboy with the Holden, Mass Police Department after paying $175. That's what it says right there. Okay. And these are the results. So they paid $175 to find out about me. You guys want to see the worst things about me? It's bad. It's bad, guys. You want to see it? You want to see what they discovered? It's so bad. I'm exposed, guys. I'm done. There's no coming back from this. Unlike Turtleboy, I'm going to give you the facts without a BS. So this person was so invested in me. So first fact, he drives a 2010 Honda CRV. So as you can see, I'm spending all your donos. I'm living the life in my 2010 Honda CRV with 170,000 miles. I'm a grifter, guys. What can I say? I'm living the good life over here. He goes, and he refused to obey traffic signs. This is not a major incident, but we do learn some interesting facts, such as his address plate VIN that was current in 2018. And so this is a citation from the Holden Police Department on 3/6/2018. Description, failure to obey signs. Okay, so I need to come clean here about a confession real quick. So I used to do a show in Worcester every Turtleboy Tuesdays, we call it. Every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock, I would be on 100.1 FM, The Pike, from I think 8 to 9 I was on. And I would go to Dunkin' Donuts in Holden. There's 2 Dunkin' Donuts in town. There's one with a drive-through. So I would go to that one, and it's kind of on the way to Worcester. It's right at the intersection of Main and Shrewsbury Street in Holden. And to go to Worcester, when you leave the drive-through, you go left on the main street, and that brings you south into Worcester. So I want to go that way. But the problem is there's a no left-hand turn sign there because it's one of those ones where they don't want you. They don't want a string of traffic coming out and trying to maneuver through 2 lanes of traffic because it's a left-hand turn. And it's stupid because no one's ever coming from the other direction. It's the stupidest sign. And I'm late and no one was coming. And so I'm like, I'm just going to go left here. So I went left. Well, there was a cop sitting there doing a sting. Okay. And he pulled me over and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I was going to my radio show and he knew who I was. And he was cool about it. And he's just like, so I'm guilty, guys. He's like, I'm not going to give you a ticket. Just don't do it again. Whatever. Okay, sure. And so he busted me, guys. He found a citation that I got from 5 years ago. I'm a freaking criminal, guys. I'm a criminal mastermind. So here's another part. On October 28th, 2022, a concerned party reported that a person in a white car was taking pictures of his house, but drove away when he walked out. The driver was followed by Turtleboy, although it has been reported that he does not intend to provide the license plate information to the police or inconvenience the female driver. This does not fall in line with what we know. The Turtleboy, who would probably pursue this person to the max. I feel like there's more to the story. So I've talked about this before, about that incident. So again, I'm guilty as charged. On that day, I'm sitting there and I'd been receiving some threats. Okay. And I was a little bit on edge. And I look out the window and there's a car sitting across the street from me, just sitting there. And there's a person in the car with their phone out. And it's up. It's like they're taking pictures. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go and I watch them for 5 minutes just sit there. So I get out and I go out in my car and I pull out. And as soon as I pull out, the car jets. And so I'm like, well, that's very odd. Something's going on here. So I get my car and I start following them. And ours is like a residential street. You don't want to speed down it. The car starts flying as soon as they see me behind them. And I'm like, well, this is shady. What the fuck's going on here? And so I start speeding up to catch up to them. And eventually she pulls over and I pull up beside her and I'm like, were you sitting outside my house taking pictures? And she's like, no, I wasn't. I was on the phone with somebody. And I'm just like, really? Because I'm like a little, and she's like, why are you following me? I'm like, you were sitting outside my house taking pictures, looking for 5 minutes. And then you drove away, like sped away like a crazy person. And it was all just suspicious. And she's just like, and I still don't know if I believe this woman. I don't know. And I called the Holden Police Department about it. I'm like, I just want this documented just in case anything happens. I'm like, I don't really want to pursue anything here. It was a woman. I'm not that worried about it, but the whole thing was shady. So there we go. They got me guilty as charged. I have people sitting outside my house taking pictures, but I'm a bad person. Okay. Now, what do you got next? What else did they find about me? Oh, how about this one? Lost dog. Lost dog. Aidan Kearney calls and says a white husky from a flyer ran behind a house. A voicemail was left for the owner. The owner called back and reported a food trap set in the area. So guilty as charged, guys. I was at Good Isles and I saw a picture posted for a lost dog earlier in the day. And I'm like, I'm just going to take a picture of this on my phone in case I see the lost dog. I'm going to call them because I want their number. And as fate would have it, I'm driving down there in the middle. It was like 8 o'clock. It was dark out. And I noticed a dog. And I'm like looking at it's the dog. So I got the person's phone number. I called them, let them know. Then I called the Holden Police. I'm like, let them know. The dog was like afraid of humans. I guess it was a rescue and it would have run away. But I'm like, I gave him the address where the dog was at. I'm like, it's in the woods there somewhere and blah, blah. So I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a bad person. I called to report a missing dog. So this is all my dirty laundry. The motives behind Turtleboy's actions are perplexing, particularly given that the information pertaining to the victim is redacted. It seems Turtleboy went to someone's house and asked if they lived there and would be moving. If that was odd enough, he then reportedly parked outside the home of the person all weekend and took pictures. So this story is Asima Silva. Remember I found out that a Holden School Committee member owned a home in Hopkinton and might not be living in town and might be fraudulently sitting on our school committee. And so I went to the person's house and went up to the door because it was like the Patriots were on that day. It was like a Sunday. And I'm like, I got to get back for kickoff. So, but I really need to go to Asima Silva's house to see if she lives there first. So I went there. I walked right up to the house, to the front of the house, knocked on the door. She answered. And I'm like, well, I guess you do live here then. So what about the home in Hopkinton? She's like, my husband lives there. I'm like, your husband lives there? Are you divorced? No. your kid and her kids go to school in Hopkins. So that was a story. Like, it was a pretty big story too, I thought. And she went to the police, apparently. I didn't know she went to the police. She went to the police because now this guy pulls the report. So thank you, sir. This is hilarious. Asima Silva says that a walk-in request to file a police report that that Aidan went to the house and asked if she lived there and would be moving. He took pictures of the house and parked outside all weekend. Look, so this is what it says. On the above date, I was requested to speak to a party in the lobby regarding a suspicious incident. I met with Asima Silva, who relayed the following information. Kearney stated that he was at the residence that morning at approximately 1 p.m., knocked on the front door. Upon opening the door, she observed a male at the door who asked her if she lived there and if her name was Asima Silva. The male then asked if she was planning to move anytime soon and if she owned other properties. She stated the male was a white male wearing a t-shirt, shorts, and sneakers. Upon leaving, the male, who now identified himself as Aidan Kearney, stated, I don't even know what that is. Oh, I said, I ran against you for school committee. And he goes, now recalled who he was, but was very confused as to why he was at the door asking if she lived there. You know I was there. You know I was there, Asima, because I was investigating you. Now, this is the lie. Mr. Kearney then turned and left, but took several pictures of the house before leaving. I did. She stated that he left in a white CRV, possibly a Honda. What other kind of CRVs are there? She also stated that she observed a white vehicle matching the same description that he was driving in the neighborhood Friday and Saturday. And she thought it was people visiting neighbors, but now believes it was Mr. Kearney. So this woman is making shit up that I went to her house. I went to your house before kickoff. I needed to get home for the game. I went to your house at 12. I got there like 12:45 because I was doing my fan duels. I would have gone there much earlier, but I had to get my fan duels in before kickoff. Okay. And so I go there, I take pictures. I don't have time to sit outside of your house all weekend. You're not that important. What you talking about? Sat outside your house all weekend. Liar. This is the same woman who lied and said that, what'd she say? 10,000 kids have died from COVID in this state. That was her excuse for keeping our schools closed. Oh yeah, sure thing, lady. Her kids go to Hopkins and I, which was the first one to get rid of masks. Here's a complaint where we don't know much given the redactions. So here's another call. It says, what does this one say? This is in Holden Safety Building on 5/8/2022. Oh, so this is the storm. These are all the people calling on me. So the calling party reported that he is coming into the station to report slandering things that he saw on a YouTube live video regarding Turtleboy. These are great. Thank you to whoever pulled these up. Thank you to whoever pulled these up. Because it's like, dude, I'm not even going to say who you are because you want me to say who you are. You're nothing to me. Yeah, you don't. You want to become like the next Ryan Waters. I'm not even going to give that to you. I think, but thank you for pulling these up because this is hilarious, my dude. Hilarious that you pulled up a thing that says, I am laughing so hard. Somebody called on May 5th and complained to the police that I was slandering them. That is amazing. That is amazing. Next one. Here's another complaint. This is on March 29th. This is during the storm. The caller requested to file a complaint on an attached party. Can I zoom in on this? On an attached party. The caller is unhappy with recent posts from Turtleboy and is also concerned for Turtleboy's family well-being. The party did not wish to leave a voicemail with the sergeant and states he has already spoken to the Attorney General in Massachusetts and Connecticut and has been in contact with state police and cyber crimes in regards to the Turtleboy content. So this is the storm, guys. This is Shannon LeBerry and Kate Peter and all these losers who were like calling the Holden police and be like, his children are unsafe and he's a bad person. And you could tell the Holden police didn't take it seriously at all because I never heard from them. Like, I didn't know any of this shit happened. I didn't know Asima Silva made that shit up. The cops never contacted me about that. The cops didn't like all of your bullshit didn't work because the cops aren't taking you seriously. I don't know if you understand. Like, you're a joke. If they did contact me, we would have a big laugh about it. This is something I've observed Turtleboy doing. He'll make a joke about something or tell his followers not to harass a person to protect himself from liability, but probably knowing his followers will do the opposite. Okay. How about this one? The caller on March 15th is reporting that Turtleboy posted a video of him making possible Q5 statements and statements he wanted to harm his kids. What? I want to harm my kids? Now, keep in mind, the police are going to be like, can we see this? And of course they can't. So there's nothing there. They reported the video is now deleted. Oh, okay. So I made a video threatening my kids and I deleted it. Sure. Right. That makes sense. And so is the comment he posted on it. However, Turtleboy attempted to make the Q5 statements into a joke. He stated that the video went up something between 5 and 9 p.m. and now. Or how about this one? The next incident concerns Turtleboy's infamous claim of a hacking incident involving his computer, despite the fact that it was not actually hacked. Yes. Or how about this one? Remember I thought I was hacked? That was what that was about. I wasn't hacked. I thought I was, though. That just legitimizes the whole idea that he didn't think he was hacked. Yes, I was. I called the cops. I thought I was hacked. You tricked me. Good job. How about this one? It turns out, it seems Turtleboy is a dick to plows. The truck is advancing. So this is on a snowy day in the winter. And they called and they said that at Piccadilly Circle, it's the street across the street from me. It's a little cul-de-sac. The truck is advancing, is ad of motor vehicle blocking the roadway for the plows. The owner of the motor vehicle was notified and is moving it. That was it. So that did happen. So basically, my garage door opener broke. It wasn't working. And so I needed a place to park. So normally I just park in the driveway, but I needed my driveway plowed and the plow guy was coming over. And so for like half an hour, I moved my car across the street into this like cul-de-sac that it's got 3 houses on it. So I'm like, I was parking on the street for a couple hours while my plow comes over and plows my driveway, and then I'll move it back in. Well, somehow the town plow called the cops on me, and the cops are like, hey, is your car parked out there on Piccadilly? I'm like, oh yeah. Do you need me to move it? Sure. So I moved it into the driveway. And I was busted. I'm the biggest dick. So this was hilarious. Now this person, he reported in 2020 that he wasn't receiving mail. And remember that when somebody put my address as Monica Cannon Grants, somebody redirected all my mail to Monica Cannon Grant's house in 2020. That happened. It has been revealed that a change of the address was submitted by redirecting mail to a person who's been written about, Monica Cannon Grant. Was this Turtleboy setting this person up, or the person committing mail fraud? I don't think Monica Cannon Grant had anything to do with it. I think somebody else was doing it as a joke. Like, why would she do that? She's a lot of things, but that's not really her thing. So yeah, in March of 2020, someone was ordering Turtleboy some pizzas to mess with him. It's interesting to hear Turtleboy talk about patterns of harassment that escalates over time. These are things his followers do to people all the time, and he doesn't seem to care. So I'm like, so yeah, that happened. I totally forgot about the pizzas. Somebody showed up at my house with pizzas, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is a telecommunications harassment complaint on Turtleboy. I have firsthand knowledge of an incident like this where Turtleboy called my business phone and left a vile 3-minute voicemail. This was back in 2019, and his call to me was within the past 3 months. Speaking of patterns of behavior, a caller reported that earlier tonight they spoke to local police in regards to Mr. Kearney making threats via text message. According to the RP, they were advised by the local police department to contact this department and have officers speak to Mr. Kearney about stopping his harassment. Holden was notified. So I don't even know what that was in 2019, but I didn't harass anyone. It's all made up. So there's that. Oh, I do remember this one. Oh, I remember this one. 719. Do you guys remember this one? Oh, I forgot about this one. Remember Adam Walker and Manuel Lucero? Remember those guys? They were, they had met at the Worcester County House of Corrections, and they were the ones that pretended to be an attorney. And they called me on my phone and pretended to be an attorney. And then when they called a police department in Arizona where one of them lived after I wrote about them, and a cop in Prescott City, Arizona, called me while I was live, and I thought it was Manuel pretending to be a cop again. And I said some really inappropriate things to the cop because I thought I was talking to Manuel Lucero because they had been fucking with me the whole day. It's a long story. It's a crazy story, but that's what they're talking about there. I'm like, so this is Manuel Lucero, the convict, who contacted them and was like, remember he got a restraining order against me in Arizona based on completely fabricated things, fabricated text messages, everything. I didn't know who this person was. I never contacted him, but that turned out to be a huge thing. So that's what that was. We don't need to really live all that, but that was crazy. And so this idiot started a Patreon, and he wants you to pay $15 to read the rest of this records request. I will not be doing that because I had a good enough laugh at that. So there's that. Okay. Anyone else have any questions? It's getting kind of late. If you have any questions, fire away. If not, we can call it. Let me check the donos. I don't want to miss anyone's donos. Okay, we're good there. The fabricated. Yeah, that was one of the funniest minutes in live ever. If you guys go back and watch that, that was all. Dude, he called me pretending to be a lawyer with the lawsuit, and I called them back and no one answered. And then it turns out the lawyer was made up. I'm not calling Giannetti back now. So there is Krusty Panties went live tonight. You guys want to see something funny? So she's in New York City with this guy. His name is Team Skeptic, he goes by. And this person, if I cared about him, I might dig. I just don't. He's got like 80,000 subs. Apparently, he killed someone in a DUI not that long ago, or maybe like 10 years ago. He killed someone in a DUI. And so, of course, Krusty Panties is friends with him because why wouldn't she be? And so let me play a couple audio clips here. So they went live tonight at some restaurant where I think they got kicked out because they're filming strangers that like are just trying to eat and not be streamed. And they're not even talking about anything. They're just sitting there. And people are like, that's what their content is now, just sitting there doing nothing. So they have this new thing set up for the live chat where you can write like a code at the beginning, and then a robot will say something out loud. We'll say the whatever you write out loud. So I'm like, oh, gonna have some fun with this. Gonna have some fun with this. So let me see if I have the videos of this still. Oh, we do have some videos. Okay. So let me play a couple of these. You guys want to hear this? So I could get the robot to say things out loud. You guys want to hear this? All right, ready?
Jameson's too much for me. Quotes. Said, why won't you address Kate's boyfriend pulling a knife on her daughter Teresa? Because that didn't happen.
You guys listen to what the robot says here. Listen to what the robot says. Ready?
Jameson's too much for me. Quotes. Said, why won't you address Kate's boyfriend pulling a knife on her daughter Teresa?
Is somebody going to address Kate's boyfriend pulling a knife on her daughter? Listen to what she says.
That didn't happen.
That didn't happen. That
Set the safe word for torture cuffs is trifold.
Okay. So that's funny. Let me see the next one. No, wrong way. What's this one say?
At quotes said, do you regret fucking with Lauren M? No.
Yeah, listen to what she said. Listen to what the bot says here. Listen to this.
Yeah. No. At quotes said, do you regret fucking with Lauren M? No. Why was 6 afraid of 7?
It says, do you regret fucking with Lauren Murray? I bet you do. I bet you do. Lauren's the one that got the restraining order on her, and then Kate violated that order and is now being criminally charged. One more time, because that one made me laugh. Hold on, let me play that again.
Yeah. No. At quotes said, do you regret fucking with Lauren M? No, I didn't said,
oh, do you regret? Oh, this one. Hold on.
Old red quotes said, have you told your supporters about your boyfriend being arrested for pulling a knife on your daughter? When you turn Darkly Noon said, milk intolerant people pay for dinner first. It's a milk tax.
I'm watching Big Austin right over there.
Old red quotes said, have you told your supporters about your boyfriend being arrested for pulling a knife on your daughter? When you turn
Hi, have you told your supporters about your boyfriend pulling a knife on your daughter? I kept asking that. What does this one say?
Shots. Right. News
No more
said,
shots.
I
The
am
word
recording
shots
right
makes me
outside the
nauseous.
window, Kate.
What?
Both red quotes. Said,
Dude, I took
did Kate leave the kiddos home with the child abusing boyfriend Andrew Johnson? Jackalope Master said, hey bartender, this table wants to buy everyone in the bar a drink.
No, they don't.
Tequila Mockingbird said, chug, 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 chug. Meatball.
So that's now keep in mind they are projecting that to the restaurant. So the restaurant, like they're playing that out loud. So what is it? What, Kate, why are you such a child abuse? Oh, she was so flustered. It was too good. I love it. There was one more here where it's okay. You got to play. So this is when I ask skeptic, like somebody asks skeptic about the killing someone. Like, so you killed someone. Listen to this response. This says it all, really. Check this out.
To drink, but now I continue. Imagine driving and continuing to drink, but not continuing to drive.
That'd be me, baby. That would be me.
Listen. So this is somebody saying, the bot is saying, imagine killing someone, drinking and driving, and continuing to drink, because he's drinking on here, and he's literally killed someone drinking and driving. And listen to what they say to justify this.
Imagine driving and continuing to drink, but not continuing to drive.
But not continuing to drive, Kate says. It's okay. Yeah, he killed someone and he was drunk driving doing it, but he's just drinking now and he's not driving, so it's okay.
That'd be me, baby. That would be me.
He goes, that would be me, baby. That would be me. I wonder what the victim's family thinks of that. That would be me, baby. That what a piece of shit this guy is, huh?
Oh my God. I living my life after a really bad thing happened decades ago.
Did you find the jail with?
I'm living my life after a really bad thing happened. Yeah. Don't you hate that when you kill someone? It's just like a really bad thing just happened. It just happened. It just happened. Like Mike Fucci just happened. So, okay. I don't know what the hell happened. I assume they got kicked out of some shit. He killed someone. and still drinks on every. I mean, what a piece of shit, huh? Wow. I mean, what can you? I mean, they're friends with her, so that says it all. How much blame should Dave Cullinan get for getting Maz suspended? I mean, I would say blame is the wrong word. I mean, they're just trolling. It's hilarious what they did. People are like cancel culture Cullinan. It's like, who cares? It's funny. Like, it's funny because it's Tony Maz. Like, Tony Maz is a fucking tool bag and a sellout and a virtue signaling asshole. And it's hilarious that happened to him. I think hilarious. He got suspended because he made some joke about two black guys stealing Mike Felger's car. Long story, but I think it's hilarious what Cullinan did. Yeah. Anyone else have any other questions? Oh, let me check the dono. Do we get? Oh, we got another turtle chat here from Sex Cult Captain. $25 dono here from the Sex Cult Captain. She says, "Stop talking dirty and come give me a plow so you can return my car back into its spot nice and slow." Oh, for fuck, Jesus Christ, you're gonna make me blush, Carrie. She's the captain. That's Carrie. Kirk was right, though. Thank you very much, Carrie. Appreciate that. Chad Finn in the Globe didn't say anything. If Kirk was on the air and said that, they didn't say anything. The Globe didn't even write about that. He was suspended for a week. They didn't talk about it. Wow. Can we call Giannetti? He's not going to answer. Kirk was right. Kirk's right a lot of things, for sure. It's my guy. Always been a Kirk guy. It's just one state, but a recent DeSantis poll has 8 in California. He's got to win. I mean, he's got the New Hampshire one and the Iowa one. And then we'll take care of South Carolina and Nevada. Yeah, did you guys enjoy the Bill Ricca speech? I talked about that earlier in the week. That was fun. This was probably it was a huge audience tonight, my guy. I mean, it's 12:11. We got 358 people here still. So, when's Officer Heraclio calling? We got to get that guy on the phone. She might be suing him too. I hope she takes them to the cleaners, man. I hope she does. Good job removing Angelina's blog. I hope she stays in the treatment. Yeah, I do hope she gets treatment. She's an adult, so she can do whatever she wants. But it is kind of evil what happened to her, So I was happy to take those blogs down, no question. I think if he wins New Hampshire, if he wins Iowa, I mean, Mayor Pete won New Hampshire and Iowa, and so you never know. It's a good sign when you win those two, but looking forward to part 5. Stay tuned for sure. I'm hoping you guys had a good night. Anyone here the first time? The next KP court date, I think it's like March 10th she is. I got her boyfriend on March 15th. So there's that. Call Giannetti. It's just late to call Giannetti. Team Skeptic is a drunk. I don't know anything about him. I mean, he's running his mouth talking about me, and I don't know anything about him. All I know about him is he killed someone. He drove drunk, and he was a murderer, basically. Anyone know his real name? I mean, Skeptic, you don't trust me, dude. I'm the wrong one. You don't want to, ask Krusty Panties, ask Shannon, I'm going to destroy your reputation. You don't want to mess. Just stop. I don't want to. We don't need to go there, okay? I don't need to give you the Irish demon treatment and make a fucking fool of you. We can do that if you want, but just stick to chili, man. Just stick to the retards. I'm out of your league, dude. I'm a little bit out of your league. Okay. Where's Bob Murchison? Yeah. Where's Bob Murchison? I guess he only cares when Kirk does it. Great show tonight. Glad to, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back for more if it's not your first time. Will she be using, we'll find out. Newt Gingrich will be there. It was so nice for the movie. Yeah, I mean, I'll do that for anyone. You know what I mean? I've removed blogs all the time. I don't anticipate myself removing the Mike Fucci blogs ever, because some people are just unrepentant and evil, and he's one of them. Told Team Skeptic he should get help. No lie, told me I'm good. Yeah, sure he is. Yeah. My first time. Oh, we got a Brit here for the first time. Excellent. Hope you liked it. Happy hippie. Appreciate it. I think that's a Brit. Oh, Monica. She's going down. I'll be there for her court date. Don't you worry. I'm glad you like the Fucci story. Thank you. And you know what? That's a good question, Frez. If Trump, I said I wasn't going to because I was so disgusted with his comments about Bolduc after the election and all that. And you know what? I guess so. I'm not going to not vote. You have to have your voice heard. I can't vote for Democrats, obviously. And he would be better than the current option we have. So sure, I probably would vote for Trump, but I'll tell you, it would be pointless because he would lose. He would definitely lose. I have no doubt he would lose. And it's just like, I wouldn't be enthusiastic about it. I would just be like, whatever. I guess I'm doing this. I guess I'm checking this box. Whatever. I would not waste any amount of time trying to convince anyone else to vote for him because it would be pointless. Whereas if Ron DeSantis was the nominee, I could convince people to vote for Ron DeSantis and have like a really good resume. And I'll tell you, the big reason is January 6th. Like January 6th is supposed to be like your big fuck you. It's like when you leave a place and you know you're never going back and you're like, fuck this place. We're throwing a party on the last day. We're going to trash this place on the way out. That's what January 6th was to me. Like the big fuck you people, I'm out of here. Like that's what that, like, I don't think it was an insurrection. I think it was just like a big fuck you. We're done here. I'm never seeing you people again. You're not supposed to come back from that. Like I can't defend that. Seriously. How am I supposed to defend that? Come on. Okay. Yeah. Glad you liked it, man. Monica will go on. Don't you worry. So I'm trying to keep up with these comments. I got another Cash App, people are saying. Oh, I do have a Cash App. Caitlin Poole sends $20 for your school committee speech was great. And call Giannetti. Fine. I'll call Giannetti real quick. Okay, hold on. I'll call him back. I don't think he's going to answer, though. I'm telling you right now. And thank you very much, Caitlin. I appreciate it. Now we'll call Giannetti. How do he blocked me. Motherfucker called me. And I don't have the option to call him anymore. Oh, he called me on Instagram? I don't even know how to call on Instagram. Sure. Why does he call me on Instagram? And why did it go off on my Facebook? I've never called on Instagram before. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know how this works. Okay. So, I don't know. Okay, I can't call him. Sorry. Love you anyway. Appreciate the dono. Anyone else have any other questions? He'll be back. Giannetti's not going. Giannetti, not everything's about Giannetti. It's not his night. It's not his night. Call him on Insta. People keep saying, I don't know. Fine. I don't know how to call. Like, I don't see any message. I'm in the inbox on Instagram. And I don't see any missed call. I don't know how this works. I don't use Instagram ever. Like, I have access to it. I don't know. Any of this shit works. Requests. I don't see shit on here. So I don't know how to do this. Sorry. I don't know how to do it. I'm a boomer. Go to the profile. I don't see. How am I supposed to find his profile? You understand Mike Giannetti has 50 million fucking profiles. I don't know how to find Giannetti's profile. I don't know how to do that. I'm in the inbox right here. There's no message from Giannetti. Normally I would just click on that and that would take me to his profile. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to find Mike Giannetti. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing, but we're done with Giannetti for tonight. Okay. How can you expect us to keep supporting you when you do awful things like save dogs? I know. Right? Can you believe that, guys? I don't know if she found the dog. I don't know, but I did my part. I did my part. It's Tommy Two Guns. Yeah. So All right, guys, we're going to call it an evening because this has been an over 3-hour show. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the roast of Chef Mike Fucci, and stay tuned for part 5 coming next week. All right. Peace, Turtlerotters.